There we go.
Does anyone else want to do a brought to you by? Oh, Joel.
Yeah.
Brought to you
by
by
cat.
Pure Life
Brought to you
Water.
by
It's empty though.
H2O.
Yeah.
High
Oh
quality H2O.
no, the standards have been lowered. We're bringing it back. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Brought to you by depression.
What was that? A grenade?
It was my heart.
Oh.
And cats.
Brought
to you by
by
cats.
kitties.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
God,
Hopefully
I'm
she doesn't
sorry I
annoy me
asked.
too much tonight.
And
So-
facial hair.
That was my only goal, was to make you sorry to say that.
well, yeah, well done. All right. So, what did you guys do last week, or week and a half ago?
Killed some beasts right off the hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of a sketchy fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
A few
Yeah.
bats, a few wolves, and a mega wolf. Was pretty sketchy killing, got hurt pretty hard, but luckily Veil intervened at the right time, healed him up. One notable thing was that Dallin saw the giant wolf turn into what he sees, or what he said was Strahd, so that was interesting. So we'll see if that's actually Strahd or not in the future. Stay tuned. We beat the bats, we beat the wolves, the undead, and we continued down the trail to go find what's his face. You open my notebook.
Bluto.
Bluto.
Bluto, yeah.
Bluto. To find Bluto. Kalain went to visible as we saw that Bluto was loading up his boat with something that looked like a large body bag that was still moving. So we all got kind of intrigued. Dallin, as soon as he saw that body bag, sprinted forward to confront
I
Bluto.
held off for a bit, okay? I let you do your sneaking around.
Sprinted forward, and
Not
no, yeah,
immediately.
he did. While Dallin was confronting Bluto, Kalain went inside his house, tried to look for the bones that they've been looking for, St. Angel's bones. Couldn't find anything. On the other side, Dallin was just talking to Bluto, and things were getting a little hairy, but Vale, charming person he is, decided to cast a little charm on the other guy. And
Artificially charming.
artificially charming, magically charming.
I like that.
And pretty much charmed his pants off.
After Judas got ored in the face for using the wrong accent.
I was going to say that. Judas opened his big mouth and decided to use the forbidden accent, and rightfully got an oar thrown into his face, because we've told him countless times to not use that accent in this city.
We are not in the city. I just want to know.
Me, we're 20 minutes out. I'm sorry.
From a guy we met in the city.
We managed to get Bluto walking towards the house. I believe it's what Vale was stealing. And in the meantime, Dallin opened up the bag, and out came a girl,
Arabelle.
7-year-old girl. What was her name again?
Arabelle.
Arabelle. Yes, she is the daughter that was lost from the Vistani camp, which is good.
She was
Trying to
quite
think of what else
colorful.
happened. She was very angry,
A little feisty for a 7-year-old or 8-year-old or whatever she was.
a very spicy person. Wanted to off Bluto pretty much.
He was going to sacrifice her for good luck.
Mhm. And what else?
That's really about it. She called us
I'm not
idiots
sure.
for coming out at night, but...
I'm
Oh!
not sure I ever showed you
Oh,
a
she-
sheet.
no.
Oh, God. No, you hadn't.
Hmm?
The picture of Bluto he just put up there.
Damn time.
Where?
I think we left off with
You just pulled it
Bluto
up.
and Vale walking back to his little hut, or already being there, and Arabelle talking with Dallin. I think that's about it. If
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
not
took him back
mistaken.
into the fisherman's hut. Think you were gonna question him. I can't quite remember that part.
That's pretty much where we
You might
left
not have
off, I
said.
think.
I remember
I think we looked at
I was
it.
just trying to get him to the fisherman's hut so I could separate him from what we were gonna do with the girl.
Mhm.
So
I
he
think-
just didn't see it.
I think like during the time they were in the hut, I had the conversation with her, so like time has passed since they've been in the hut. I don't think we addressed anything in there yet.
Yeah, a bit of a shorter session last time. I just want to remind you guys to, over in your journals tab, known NPCs. If you ever are unsure, they should all be there, all the ones that you've met. If you see one on there that you have, if you're missing one that you're like, hey, where's this person? What do they look like? It's probably because I forgot to reveal it. So if that ever comes up, let me know.
Cool.
And if you haven't yet looked at it, feel free to, because there's a ton of people in there. But yeah, so we're gonna head back to the fisherman's hut at Lake Zarovich. It is still fairly late. It is late. The sun is gone. It's completely dark outside. It is foggy. It is rainy. You guys are fairly soaked, and make sure my volumes are balanced here. And yeah, so you've kind of started to lead Bluto away, and you lead him into the fisherman hut, which I think Colleen's already there. I'm picturing like a guy like shifting through things, kind of standing up real quick, like, oop.
I think he's invisible
By the
still.
way,
He's
Oh,
still
yeah.
invisible.
Still
yeah,
invisible. I keep forgetting.
yeah.
Just some things shifting around without anyone being there. It's real weird.
Steven's taking
So-
a lot of notes right now. He's been frozen for like,
He's
He's
restarting his
messaging
computer.
in
Yeah, that
Discord
poor
that he's
guy,
restarting.
man.
yeah.
All right, so you take him into the fisherman's hut. What are you guys doing?
Sorry, just give me one moment.
And I'm still
Trying to
chatting with
remember
Arabelle
where I
also.
like what I was thinking right at the end there, but because the girl's outside on the docks, right? I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
with-
get my
with me.
mind theater going.
I think this is like while I'm talking to her, you guys are doing this. I'm preoccupied. I think
They all-
Judas and Ketham were with me, right?
Mhm.
Yes, Jesus kept on with you, and I think Jumps. I think you were about to ask him where the bones were at. I think that's what you were.
That's
kind of
right.
heading
Yep.
towards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Thank you. Just setting my compass straight a little bit. I'm a little
Oh
frazzled.
yeah, the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, we want those.
So kind of coming in the door, I'll kind of give a little audible like tss, just to let Delane know. And as we kind of come inside, I'll kind of like go to mention to him like I'm sure he has somewhere where he sits while he's in his house. So I'll kind of gesture him over to a comfortable spot.
At this point, I kind of imagine him having like a hat. He's just kind of like nervously like moving it, but still under your charm spell. He nods and goes over and sits on this wooden chair, very old, very rickety. It's like almost like an open back one. It's got like the wooden pieces that run through it. Some of them are missing and cracked. And as he sits on it, it like creaks under the sheer weight of this man, this poor chair.
Now, my friend, I'm sure you are aware of a young man named Milivoj?
Yes, Lord. The orphan boy gravekeeper in town.
Did you happen to perchance have a transaction with him in recent days? Or potentially weeks?
Transaction. What sort of transaction, Lord?
Did
For
you
what?
possibly... Did you, did you receive some bones from the man?
Oh, those bones. I wasn't born yesterday, Lord. I know a tall tale when I hear one. I certainly wouldn't buy anything from that low-life gravedigger. Him and that coffin maker are queer folk in these parts. Nobody discusses nothing with them. No one has any dealings with him. Most everyone in town avoid them.
Fair enough. It's just
Yeah.
that we might have heard something from town that you had some dealings with him recently and might have come into possession of some bones of some sort.
No, no, Lord. He attempted to sell me some magic bones, saying I could make fishing hooks from them to catch better, more fish, but I did not fall for his ruse. I may
And
be a fisherman, sir, but I'm no idiot. I would sacrifice a Vistani girl first. That works. They're good luck, you know.
yeah, moving on. So, did you happen to see the bones when he discussed this, or were they somewhere else? Did you see what he did with them potentially?
He showed me one, but only one bone. I left and told them to get away from me.
Okay, no worries. Can I get you anything from your house? A drink, perhaps?
No, Lord, I'm fine. Besides a drink from the lake.
Do you mind just staying here a moment? We'll have a chat with my friends.
Yes, Lord.
I'll kind of walk outside and kind of like look around the room roughly. Have no idea where Kalain is, but kind of indicate that we should have a chat.
I'm gonna smack him on the butt lightly. I won't do that. I'm joking.
Bluto or me?
Both.
Alright, I'll step
No.
outside.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, stepping outside.
Katham Judas, if you'd like to join them, I can keep an eye on the girl.
So once everybody's kind of gathered up, I'll kind of spill the beans, tell them that Bluto, under a charm, no roll, didn't buy the bones, didn't take the bones, saw one of them, but did not buy them. How does this make us feel? I believe he's telling the truth. He has no ulterior motives at the moment.
I think the question is who's telling the truth, because Bluto saying he didn't buy the bones, but Milivosh saying he sold the bones to Bluto.
Both under a charm spell.
Doesn't mean they can't lie.
No, I know.
Is Bluto around
Just
us,
makes it less
by the way?
likely for both of them.
He's
in the house.
inside the house. Yeah, he's in the
He's
house.
inside the house.
Yeah.
Can I like
We're not
investigate
like discussing
the,
this in front of him.
Can
No,
I
I took
investigate
everybody
the
out.
boat to see if there's like any hooks of any sort or any possibly bones?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
I'm gonna go back to the house while being invisible and just kind of observe him to see what he's up to. I'll say this to Vale so he knows where I'm going.
Even
You look
guys
through
seen
the
yet?
while he's looking around
No, I can't.
the boat. You look through the window and you see Bluto still sitting in the chair, but he's like reaching as far as he humanly can for like assumingly what is a bag of some kind of snack. He just barely can't reach it, but he doesn't want to get out of the chair.
Steve
Um,
can't get in, by the way, Money. Yeah, I think you have to kick
Yeah.
his character.
Yeah.
God, this again.
He had to restart his PC.
All right, I kicked you. We're probably just gonna have to restart Foundry then, because last time this wouldn't work.
I'm sorry.
It's all your fault, Steven.
You're good, man.
Don't worry
It
about it.
happens.
Thanks for the red circle on the 6 out of 6.
Just wanted to highlight that.
All right.
I can't join because I'm already in.
Give Steven like 3 accounts so he can just, shuffle through them as he keeps just DCing.
Hey, look at that. Oh wait, no, let's Game Master. I
Nope,
should go
that's
in as
me.
that.
Good luck.
Oh no. That'd be fun.
Oh, flashbang.
All right, you guys should be good to rejoin.
Nice.
Haha.
I swear I'm like a vampire now. Anytime I'm like, oh, it's not dark mode.
I didn't even notice your messaging on Discord. I'm sorry, Steven.
He's trying not to.
I didn't want to like.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was at least pinged you. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be it can be tough to get a word in edgewise sometimes in this room for sure.
I didn't want to
So,
stop you on a roll. That's all.
Cathem, with a investigation check of 12, looking around the boat, you kind of see a tackle box. Looking through that, you find various, just like metal hooks. Some that are pretty old, some that are fairly untouched, unused. You find a couple of bone hooks, but they all seem fairly used. There's a couple of them.
I am going to just kind of look up at the group because I'm assuming I'm actually in the boat. I'm gonna kind of look up at the group and just say, "There's a couple of boned hooks down here. Should we scoop them and scram?"
Coop 'em and scram.
Well,
Cue the Scooby Doo
I
music.
like
say
your
that
alliteration
all
there,
the
sir.
time now. Should we scoop it and scram?
What were you saying, Steven?
Well, not to be that guy, and I'm sorry, I'm going to keep the accent now, but I don't think it's quite right that we should just steal from the man. Side note, since I was not actually a full part of that whole conversation, I do have that whole insight thing, and as he's telling, like, oh, I never had him in the first place, blah, 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 I was wanting to, like, hey, can I tell if he's lying to us, even if he is charmed?
Were you in the room?
Was that in the room, or was that out by the boat?
He was.
in the
Well, he didn't really get a say
was-
on where he
it was-
was.
If you
though, so
if you wanted to follow them in there because you know how to look for that sort of stuff, I'll let you. You can do an insight check. I know it's kind of hard to get stuff in.
I'm
with 0 to
seething
5.
at Vale and trying to sneak an ore smack with Mage Hand on him while he's not looking. That was going to be
go.
kind of the intro bit. So,
All
yeah.
right, well, go ahead and see if he's lying. We'll just say you followed him in there. I know it can be hard to get a word in,
Let's focus
especially
on
when
the
you
Yeah,
words
get
no.
we're
it
getting.
disconnected.
Well, no, it was that and like trying to like all the internet connection stuff. I wasn't about to like. No, you guys were barely coming through on my end. So, insight, and I think I get advantage as well.
You do.
Doesn't really do much.
From what you can tell, he seems pretty genuine.
Okay.
From what you can
So-
tell.
For a simpleton.
Yeah, right. That goes into like what I'm trying to say to Ketham trying to do this as well. I mean, come on now, Ketham. I don't think he was really lying to us or nothing, but why should we go ahead and steal from the man? I mean, he's kind of rude and kind of racist, but you know, I don't think that qualifies us from stealing from him.
I'm just gonna kind of look towards Judas and just as far as I'm concerned, we're dealing with an entire village that could be destroyed by an overlord of this country, and if stealing a few bone hooks could possibly save the village, I'll leave the man a gold and we can call it even.
You're one of those ends justify the means fellers, aren't you?
I don't really know what that means, but yes. Yes, I am.
I've been keeping
mean,
Arabelle
if you-
away, by the way. I'm not part of the conversation. I was trying to let them be able to speak openly without her overhearing things.
So is that what you're doing? You're taking the bones and leaving a gold coin?
Could we use detect magic or something on the bones? Possibly somebody that can do that instead of just little old me.
I'm still observing, but that was going to be something that I was going to do if we couldn't get anything out of Pluto.
You guys hear somebody talking from inside my hut?
uh,
I swear, there's somebody in here with me and I can't see them.
Call.
Lord,
I'll go back. I'll go
The
back.
ghosts are
somebody in
back.
here.
The ghosts are back.
Lord, do you hear the voices? Did I get hit in the head?
I don't believe so.
Sorry to disturb you, Lord. It was a little scary. Hearing my bed talk to me.
What are you hearing exactly?
Voice of possibly a young elf. Mildly whiny, but also a bit rude.
I'm not hearing anything.
Must have been the wind.
I'll just kind of small talk him just for now, just to kind of keep him company. Anybody else need to do anything at the moment?
So,
So
you
now it's
taking
just
those
me and
hooks?
Jodas, or me and Jodas. me and
Jonas.
Judas.
Jonas.
Me and
Jonas.
Judas outside, or what?
And
I'm outside with Arabelle, keeping her away from the conversations.
I am going to, seeing as how there's probably not much else we can do with Pluto, I'm gonna step outside and
There's
join.
that talking again. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go join Ketheth and Judas. And when,
Jesus,
oh my
Jose.
gosh, dude. When I
You
get
just heard
there,
something on at like max volume in the living room.
when I get
We
there, I'm
never
gonna try
hear
to, I'm gonna try to scare. I'm gonna try to scare Judas. Let's go. Ah,
okay, how do you scare him?
Yeah.
I like lightly shove him.
Pushing him into the lake?
No,
Ooh, let's go, Water Devils.
just lightly shove him.
Lightly shove.
Okay, like shove, and you feel a little bit of a force kind of push you. Maybe a bit of half elven giggles as you kind of lose your footing a bit, but recover.
Can you
Hold
show
on.
us how?
Or just roll whenever you want to. That's
We
fine
don't
too.
have to save the town of
You,
Valaki or
you
anything.
don't see the Invisible Man with a 19. You don't see the Invisible
I
Man
know.
with a 30. But you do sense that maybe your friend that was invisible could be standing next to you as raindrops are bouncing off their ethereal body.
I
Yeah.
tell him there's not much we can do with Bluto, I believe. I think he's, from what I can tell, probably telling us the truth. So
I don't love the idea, but we could potentially put the screws to him too if we feel need be, but I don't love that. I also don't like running into a dead end.
Dale, if you think detecting his thoughts might do the trick, I can do that. But let me just try to see if there's any lingering magic in the area first.
Frankly, I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
And money, I will cast detect magic
Doing it as a ritual, or are you doing it spell slot?
as a ritual, and I will
Okay.
tell Val, like, just give me some time and let me cast a spell. Give me like 10 minutes. Just keep him in there, please.
Yeah, so you spend a moment, you kind of concentrate, you begin muttering the incantation and voice doing the symbols to do detect magic. It takes you about 10 minutes of kind of quiet meditation so that you don't like strain yourself. What is that?
I don't know, dude. Maybe
I
do
don't
it.
It
know what that
casts the
was.
areas at 30 feet. We've got this
Oh,
whole
it
area
casts it,
covered in
put it there?
magic.
That's actually
That
pretty
was
funny.
weird.
Kind of looking around, you do see a lot of that necrotic energy throughout the foliage. Not a whole lot coming from the water, just kind of like lingering bits of necrotic energy coming from maybe like some of the water, the foliage in the water itself, but not inherently just, the water. Kind of looking over to, and your invisibility dropped, by the way. And then looking over to kind of Ketham, kind of mentioning the bones and stuff, and looking around the area. Nothing else stands out of any sort of magical nature.
Gotcha.
Except for maybe, some people that are wearing rings and certain capes.
Yep, I'll relay that info to the group. Pretty much saying that I don't feel any sort of magic in this area aside from what we currently have on and the necrotic energy that's inhabiting these lands. So,
Well, I'll tell you what there, Kalane. I felt something pretty magical bump into me earlier. It wasn't too strong though, but it did happen right before you started talking. I'm just saying. You might want to check that one out.
Hits like a bitch. You ever heard of something like that?
yeah, I'll keep that in mind, fucker.
So, that's great.
Valaki's under assault by Strahd and his minions, and we're sitting here dicking around, hitting each other with oars and pushing each other in the water.
No, not in the water. I didn't want to push him in the water.
Is there anything else you guys are trying to do here?
Guys, I don't think Bluto has what we're looking for. And I think it's best if we head back before it gets any darker. And later.
I'm fucking freezing. Can you make a decision?
Sorry.
Guys, she's freezing. I need to hurry it up.
My lady, I'm sorry if we do apologize for this, but we're looking for
I'm
something.
not a
very
lady.
important.
My name is Arabelle. You see me walking around like some noble lady around court?
Sorry. Arabelle.
He didn't mean it.
Apologies.
That's
I
me.
know. I'm
Just
joking.
go.
Can we please just get somewhere warm?
Money, real quick. Does she look Vistani, like the clothes and stuff?
Yeah.
Alright.
So clothing definitely checks out from other Vistani you've seen. I mean, yeah, the clothing.
Cool.
Actually.
Gotcha. Just making sure. I'll look at Vale and tell him I think he is good to be uncharmed now. Perhaps give it like 10 minutes and then we can make a getaway.
Well, I'll wait until we just walk away.
Somebody help me out of this damn boat. I'm gonna put my.
I'll
boy.
mage hand the oar over and just like float it over to him and just like just keep it ready and so he can hold on to it to get out.
Somebody
That's-
other than Judas.
Well,
It can
you
be.
reach up and grab that oar, and since Mage Hand only is like 20
Yeah.
pounds of force, he
Less, I
falls
think.
and then gets back up again. If that's what you were
That's
trying
what
to
you-
do, well done. I'm just kidding. I don't know what Austin does.
Kind of, yeah, actually.
Come get them. I'll help you out because someone's too much of a joker. And I'll help get them out, get them out of the boat.
All right,
I
so
will-
I'd say it's about time we scram, huh?
I believe so. I'm gonna look at Arabelle and tell her what you have on is probably gonna have a lot of eyes put on you just because of their
I gave her my
Going
cloak in the
to
last
town.
one.
Okay.
We're not going into town. We're going around.
you're
Yeah,
taking
we're
me
going
to
to stand
Valaki?
camp.
We can skirt the walls. We're not going into Valaki with her.
And I
I'm
gave her
not
my.
allowed on Valaki.
Oh,
We don't
we
have
know.
any.
We know.
We don't have any of our camping stuff.
It's like 7
I mean-
o'clock. We can just walk her to her camp.
We need,
It's
yeah,
like
just walk
9
her home
o'clock.
and then go and.
They're
take it
literally
down
just
after
south of Valaki, like outside the walls.
Yeah. How long would it take to get through Valaki?
Well, it took you 30 minutes to get here. Going circumgating Valaki, not really too sure. You haven't really
Yeah.
been through
Right
there.
outside their torchlight. We don't have to go 10 miles away from it. Just walk around the walls, you know.
So what I'm suggesting, or rather, what I'm suggesting, fellas, is, I mean, whoever had that weird little spell to make Kalane disappear, we could make her disappear and just walk on through town. As long as she keeps her little mouth shut, we should be pretty okay.
Fat chance of
bit
that
of-
happening.
Based,
bit of
based on our
insight
current track
for-
record, yeah.
A little bit of insight on your guys' current situation. It is getting fairly late, and you're starting to feel a little bit tired, D&D mechanic wise. You got a little bit of time left in you, but any prolonged period of time, there might be some Constitution saving throws required to not be
Yeah,
exhausted.
that's kind of what I
And
was
that
getting
gets
into.
harder and harder every hour after.
Walking around
I'll
the
also-
walls is going to take as long as walking through the town, right? And they're just south of the Valaki from what we understood, aren't they? They're not like miles and miles away, right?
Well, we can ask her. She knows where. Like,
I know
Arabelle,
where it is.
how far away is it from Valaki?
From the gates, 15 minutes. Takes
Easy
me
enough
about
then.
45 minutes to an hour to get to the lake from the camp.
That's easy enough to
But
do.
that's going through the woods in daylight.
yeah, it's nighttime with a little girl.
That's why we
Yeah,
just
we don't
skirt the
travel
walls.
at night.
We don't have to go through the woods, we just go up to the walls and walk around them. We don't need to cut through town, we don't need to cut through the woods, we just go in between. I mean, we can do that, right? Like, just walk just outside the torchlight.
Do whatever you want.
I don't know why we're
Up to
making
you
this
guys.
such a big deal, just walk around the town. It's gonna take almost the same time, I would think.
Or we could just camp here for the night and like put him to sleep or something, and then
This is not exactly. This is, like he might get a little aggro once he realizes he's been charmed.
And he literally wanted to sacrifice her, so we'd have to keep a close eye on him.
I mean, do we have any way to like put him asleep or something? Or maybe a rope that we could like tie him up with?
Jesus.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, Strahd's out there as a giant wolf that bit through our tankiest guy. Like, we're just gonna go walking through there again?
I think it's a little late for walking through, even through the town. Like, I don't know what. I just think we're in for some prizes even if we go through the outskirts of town. There's walls for a reason. So anything outside the wall is game for anything, I believe.
It's not the
And-
deep woods. It's let's just jaunt 2 minutes that way to get to a gate type thing.
I mean, let's do it then. Let's do something.
I mean, you want to just put a cloak on her and walk her through town, but we could get fucking executed for doing something like that, so I don't think
I
staying here is
do
a good choice. I
also-
don't think walking through town is a good choice. I say we go down, walk just around the town, pop down to the encampment. We can stay there for the night if we're sketched out by something. That's my vote. Let's start talking here. Let's make something happen.
I definitely agree with that. I don't know if I want to stay the night here. I'm willing to chance it.
Yes, that's a good way to do this. Raise your hand if you want to go through town.
I can turn her invisible.
Raise your
Yeah.
hand if you want to go around the outskirts.
Fuck it.
Yeah, good answer. I don't like it.
I mean,
Three
but
to five.
if
I'll do
you
it.
want to just turn her invisible and walk through town, we can do it. But like, she could literally be killed for that if we get caught doing something wrong. We could get thrown up on something. That's why I'm
Yeah.
against it.
What time is it right now? Just so I understand.
7 p.m.
Like 9.
It's
Didn't
9.
we leave at like 6?
No, you left later than that. Sorry, my daughter's yelling.
I thought we left at like 6.
No, it was almost.
mean,
It was starting to
dark
become
is dark.
sundown. It was like 6:30ish, and then 30-minute walk here, getting into a scrap, coming up here, talking to him, investigating, talking amongst yourselves.
What if we walk to the gate,
Dark is
send
dark.
one of us through the town to go get help from the Vistani, and then that person brings him back?
We'd be stuck outside the walls for a while, and we could just be making that walk ourselves. I feel like.
Yeah. Like I'm cool with going around. It's just my thought was we can always just turn her invisible, hide her under someone, and walk her ass through.
She's very talkative. The invisibility doesn't stop that. She's very spicy. That's what I'm a little
We-
afraid of too.
Yeah.
Like, she could curse out the first non-Vistani person she sees for all we know. And I'm not gonna gag a 7-year-old. to keep her from talking.
Okay. Took the words out of my mouth then. God damn it.
I knew it was coming from somebody somewhere.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
She's not a hostage.
Well, regardless, we're all in agreement that we're gonna walk back to the town, whether we're going through it or around it. So let's just go ahead and start walking, so we don't lose any more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think no one wants to stay at the fisherman's hut right now.
Alright, so kind of moving back down that trail, you guys are able to go through this trail through the woods as you kind of leave this clearing and get back into the Spalak wood. It's about 2-person wide that need a marching order and a pace.
Wherever
I'll go
Arabelle
first.
is, I'm going to be right next to her to protect her. So maybe in the
I'll
middle
be
for
right-
me. Myself
I'll
will
be
be
in
in
front
the
of
middle.
them.
I'll go up front.
Should we have
Oh.
Hunter and
I'll be in
Joel
the
like
back.
flanking her?
Yeah, let's do that.
It's too wide, he said, on the trail.
Oh, it's
Okay.
too
I'll
wide.
be in front of them.
Okay, and then I'll be in back.
So I have Kalain and Vale up front, then Dallin with Arabelle, and then Judas in the back. Kefim, you're
Oh,
in
I
the
thought I
back,
said
or do you
I'll
want to be
go
in the
up
far front? So you're going to be up front by yourself with Kalain and Vale behind you, and then Dallin, and then Arabelle, and then Judas.
Is that cool with y'all?
Either that or
That's
just
fine.
Do it.
line up with Judas either way.
Yeah.
Judas is line. Oh, he's in the back.
You're like our big survival guy, though, right? You and Kalain both. For
He just doesn't
tracking
want-
and...
just doesn't
I'm
want
not
Judas.
survival. I'm more like
I don't know where all the Judas hate's
Perceiving
coming from now.
possible
Jesus
threats.
Christ.
Yeah, either way. Either way.
Okay. You guys begin to travel into the wood.
Question: do we want to have torches this time?
It is still pissing rain, but one of you does
Oh.
know a light cantrip.
Is it?
The
I could-
the
I
fog
could
backed
dole out.
off a bit, though, right?
What?
The fog isn't as oppressive as it was earlier, right? Like, once that fight stopped, didn't you say it kind of pulled back to like 50, 60
Pulled back
feet?
out to 60 feet. You could still see about 60 feet.
It's
Okay.
just a
It's a lot harder than it
cantrip.
was.
Like, I don't see the harm in walking with some light, you know?
I'll do it, for sure. I can't see,
Yeah.
so I need light. It's either that or I'm pulling that lantern out.
Mhm.
I only have enough for one trip, so...
Okay. So you're doing light on what?
Well, if anybody proffers something that they want me to cast light on, I will cast it for them.
Shield.
Okay. I'll quickly kind of do the little sign, a little hand movement, and touch the shield, and it'll light up.
And someone gave her their traveler's cloak, right? Didn't you, Joel?
Yeah, I did.
Or Kevin did? Okay, cool.
Whenever she mentioned a big reward.
Oh,
As you guys are making your way through the woods, the road bends. You come across the area to which you had fought and killed these wolves and these bats. What remains of them? You do still see remnants of blood here and there, but the corpses are completely gone.
Because we blew most of them up, right?
these rolls
As
are
you
insane so far.
round this bend, up ahead of you, and it's not like you're not making the normal amount of noise. You come around this bend in the woods and you see this ghastly figure from behind. Just, you can see that it's rotted flesh and a streak of white hair coming off of almost like kind of like a skullet. You can see like the back of its skull, but then like hair on the bottom. Just this disgusting creature. And you see this cart in front of him, as well as you can kind of see a bit of some of the horses up front, and they're also completely just rotted. And you see him reach down, lift up this last bit of wolf carcass, and he puts it up on the wagon. And he begins to go towards the front to get on the wagon. And you can see in the back, it's loaded full of corpses from earlier. Are you guys doing anything? It seems he doesn't notice you. He's getting onto the cart and begins to leave.
Cool. You said all we
Did
saw.
you say that he was like a spirit, or is he like
When you said
made
gas,
Saw a
of
lot of
flesh?
flesh and bone and
Okay.
rotten hair, and
zombie-ish.
you can kind of, through the bit of rain that's kind of coming down, you can kind of hear the noise that comes off of zombies.
And
I
he's
don't think we
turned
can do
away
anything.
from us, going down about to try and head down the trail or wherever he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't do anything.
As he
Stay
begins to
quiet.
leave, he comes right off. He goes immediately off the trail and just goes into the woods. And you kind of hear a bit of like the mud clopping under the horse hooves, and slowly he fades out of view, sound, and he's gone.
Moving on.
Well, at least
So-
at least it seems like Strahd generally has infrastructure in mind. That's pretty nice. He's a pretty shitty person otherwise, though.
Through the process, I need you guys to make a horror check for me.
What is horror?
Wisdom check? Save?
Yeah,
I think
wisdom.
it's wisdom.
Or saving throw, sorry.
Wisdom saving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. Jesus.
I only have. Did everybody roll wisdom already?
I
Yeah, it's being
did.
a little
Yeah, I
slow.
saw my die. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's up above your 18.
Oh, sorry, I did it right in the middle of you guys. Judas and Ketham save. You guys take half. Everybody else takes the full 18 stress. As you kind of see this figure hauling this up in rain, almost unsure of what you're seeing, and then the smell begins to hit you. And anybody that kind of failed that might vomit a little bit just from that alone.
Oh shit.
But the rest of your trip, as you kind of recollect yourselves, kind of shake it off, I'll be a little bit more paranoid, kind of looking into the trees for any signs of any other unwanted visitors or happenings. You guys make your way the rest of the way. The trees begin to open back up. You begin to see the lights, the flickering lights of lanterns from up ahead. You do see the gates of Valaki as you approach.
What? Sorry.
So much to kind of how you guys described. I'm just gonna turn this open now. One sec. She kind of describes how to get to her camp.
Oh, is it the southwest?
Good eye, Hunter. Yeah.
I was like, there's a light way over there. Look at that.
It's fairly simple to stay out of eyesight and kind of circumvent the woods. Give me a perception check, all of you, while you guys are making your way through this. Just to kind of see how perceptive you're being as you're moving.
Is everyone cool with kind of going around the walls to the
I
west?
thought that's what you guys were doing.
I know that was still kind of up in the
Yeah.
air.
I mean, that got the winning vote. It got 3-1. I don't know what Joel did.
I went for visibility into the city, but I'm cool
Okay,
with this.
3-2.
Yeah.
As long as y'all are okay with it in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
It's fine.
So you guys make your way through the side of the walls, just kind of out of any sort of like light that you can see coming off of any of the towers, which you're starting to notice. 15 was what you need to get. 16, 18, I'm sorry, that's wisdom, perception. So Kalane's the only one that sees it, but obviously it's all knowledge for everybody. So Kalane beats it. He 16 over 15. Periodically, you do see these, kind of what you get on this map. You see these towers, and they're all lit. But as you're making your way, you do see that not all of them are manned. about every other one is manned, and along the way you could kind of tell that they're not all that on guard. You know, in a place like this, you might expect the Night's Watch to kind of be very vigilant, but they don't seem to be. You make your way around this bend, kind of opening up into another valley. You start to see lights at the other end of town, some of the buildings that are just outside of the gates. Approaching these, you see most of them are boarded up.
The gates
none
or
of
the
them-
towers? Or the buildings, sorry.
The buildings,
The buildings,
are boarded
okay.
up, the doors, the windows, except for this one, it does have a sign as you pass.
Oh,
There's so many things to discover.
look at that.
Adventures out there.
I
So you
love
see this
sundials.
sign. It says a third
Sundials.
sundries. Sorry. Damn it!
Those damn sun dire wolves.
My wife's
It's a
in charge
dire
of
sun.
checking things.
It's a sun
Just
even bigger and stronger than the regular sun. A dire
You see the
sun.
sign kind of like whipping in the wind as the rain kind of comes down. Seemingly the lights are shut off, the door is shut. Nobody is available. Arabelle kind of following you quietly, seemingly knowing when to be quiet and when not to, when she can be loud. Hasn't said a word since you guys left, unless specifically being asked something. She does look at the towers and the guards with a weariness. Excuse me. You guys make your way down the road to which she does point to a turnoff that visibly on the map is fairly easy to see, but if you were just traveling here on your own, you probably wouldn't notice it unless you made a pretty high perception check. So she points it out on how to get through. After about 10-15 minutes of walking down like this very obscure road, it does open up to a regular road as you get into the trees where you can actually tell it's a road. Before it just seemed like muddy grass. All the while you guys are thump 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 in the mud as the rain continues to come down. But as you kind of enter this woods and it gets to about pretty late, the storm comes to a end. As you kind of make your way into the trees, the rain begins to get lighter to a sprinkle and then ceases. You almost can start to hear like owls hooting and things again. The wind blowing the trees against themselves. More noticeably, you can hear all the muddy footsteps that you're making. And the rain stops and fog begins to kind of set in. Not like earlier, the really thick fog, but noticeably it gets a bit foggier as you're making your way through. One second.
While he's fixing that, when we approach this, y'all want to probably be like pretty loud and like, "Hey, we're here." So if there are guards or whatever, we're not surprising them. I'd assume, at least, since we're bringing her back.
Ask her, yes.
Send her first.
Yeah, set
Yeah.
up first. Be like, hey, well, how should we act in front of your people?
Actually, that's a fair point. We should ask her what we should expect walking up to their camp.
Yeah.
Know everything about my camp. It's at the top of the hill. We have a big circle of wagons. My dad has this tent. It's a big tent in the center of all the wagons. And all around the base of this hilltop are the Dusk Elves. We share the space with them. They're very nice.
Are there any gods out that we need to call out to as we approach in the night?
Oh, the Dusk Elves are always on guard, and I'm pretty sure they'll see you before you see them. They're very friendly, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That sounds good.
Good to hear.
Dusk Elves.
Use a bit of that.
We've I think we've heard of Dusk Elves, guys, haven't we? I believe those were the buried ones over by the crossroads. I didn't realize they were still
That's
around.
correct.
Have they been with you guys long?
Since before, as long as I can remember. It's all men, though. No kids or women.
Well, it's kind of odd.
Yeah. Very strange. Maybe it's a culture thing.
Did they just hang around and just are your guards, or do they do other things too?
They just keep to themselves mostly.
Do they have a
Every
name
once in
that
a
they go
while,
by? Like a group name, by chance?
we just
Yeah,
call them
every
elves.
dusk elf. What is his name?
No, I'm asking if they're the keepers of the feathers, Stephen.
No,
That's
they don't go
important.
by any name. We just refer to them as the elves or dusk elves. They have a leader. He meets with power every once in a while.
Alright. I can't see anything, by the way. Just money.
God
What?
damn, every time. A pow! I missed a check mark.
It's on fire! Hurry!
So kind of a little bit about what you'll see in here. The woods part to reveal an expansive clearing, a small grass-covered hill, with low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved like woodwork and have like decorative lanterns, as you can kind of see them flickering on the sides of the building and by the door. Atop the hill, just above the fog line, you can kind of see it's a ring of barrel-topped wagons, similar to the ones that you've seen at the Tesser camp. They kind of surround the side. You can kind of see the flickering of the fire, some smoke kind of rising up where it's visible. Even at this distance, you can smell the odor of wine and horses that emanate from this central area. Also, you see standing quietly in the lantern light, in front of the houses, bathed in the warm light of the lanterns, I should say, are three sullen, gray-cloaked figures. Their angular features and black flowing hair half hidden under their gray cowls, and they are all staring at you as you kind of make your way to this opening.
Whenever I see them staring at us, I'm just kind of gonna go.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Just
give
like
him,
that
give
one
him
right
a
there.
friendly wave.
They all
One
kind
of
of
these.
look at each other like this, and one of them
We
waves back.
That's a good start.
Yeah, continue on up, I guess.
yeah.
I'm gonna give them 2 waves. No.
Give him 2 of these. Double the salute, double the respect.
You guys approach, and they all kind of like stoically watch as you do. None of them reaches for a weapon. Their hands aren't even on the pommel of what looks to be swords on either side. They're well armored with some sort of chain link under a tabard of some kind, showing like the symbol. It's just like seems like a drawing of like a forest. The one in the center kind of calls out, "You make yourselves known. We understand you mean no harm. From where do you come, and what is your purpose?"
We found somebody who got lost a little bit. We're bringing her back, and point gesturing generally to Arabelle.
They all kind of look at each other again. Lavash will be very happy that you found his daughter. You may find him at the top of the hill, most likely at the large tent. Most of the other Vistani are out looking for her, and any that remain are probably drunk. I would move quickly to turn her over. Lavash is quick to make assumptions. You wouldn't want him to see you first.
Yeah, we'll do. It's I think she's pretty eager to be back.
They
Like,
put-
Arabelle, show us where you live.
The big tent, let's go! Kind of starts. And as you guys kind of go walking
I'll thank
past,
them and appreciate, kind of appreciate the tip.
Yeah, I'm gonna thank them in Elvish because that's cool.
as soon as you say something in Elvish, one of them holds up a hand. You, he points at you, Kalain. And he says in Elvish, from where does this elf hail?
In Elvish, I'll say water deep.
And they'll kind of like look at each other, and the one that spoke to you again says, I apologize for my rudeness in language. Kind of gesturing to the rest of you. We do not see many elves traveling these parts. He looks over at kind of Catham, and gives like another like nod. It came second nature. Once you're finished with Vistani man Lavash, I would advise you to see our Kano leader, Casimir. He would be very interested to make your acquaintance, and you him.
That sounds great. We would love to meet him. I thank you all. What did you say, Kano?
Kano, yeah.
I thank them in Elvish because I also know Elvish.
Oh, can we say that I taught you Elvish as a kid?
That's kind of why I put it there because I have a half elf
Hey.
brother, so
Nice.
that's actually why I put it on there.
And one of them kind of having a non-Elvish person say something in Elvish gives a gesture of respect.
So Kano is the leader of this group.
Kano is the Elvish word for leader.
Elvish
His
word for
name,
leader.
the leader name is Casimir. It's
Casimir.
I'm probably saying that wrong, and like some nerds watching, like that's not how you say that, idiot. It's Chano something. I don't know.
Casimir? Yeah,
If
that's right.
anyone would do that, it's Steven, so you'll know. You'll know.
That's close enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a Slav.
What? I said Elvish,
It's
man.
Elvish.
Kano.
I mean, Casimir's very Slavic, though.
Kano.
He's talking
Oh my
about the
gosh.
Kano
We're moving
part.
on.
Oh,
We're moving on.
Kano?
This man's
I
not
thought you
listening
mean-
with both ears. He doesn't listen at all.
No, never.
Sorry, I gotta shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Also in Elvish, just kind of starting to follow along Arabelle, and just like, or actually no, because I'm not speaking in common, so I'll talk normally. It's like I appreciate you guys making friends, but I thought we had something more pressing to attend to. But nice to meet you all. Thank you for letting us pass. Since
You guys
couple
making
of
your
people
way
are
up
like-
the hill. You scale the hill and approach the encampment up top, to which you see no one standing guard up there, save for the elves you had already passed. The hilltop itself is covered with steaming piles of horse dung. The first thing you kind of notice as you kind of approach this camp is you see, I think it's about 24 horses are tethered to stone blocks littered around this camp. And by the way, it's about like 10 or 12 wagons that circle this big tent. Outside the large tent, where the horses are. I'm not saying there's horses in the tent. Most of the animals are draft horses that you notice, but a few of them do seem to be riding horses equipped with saddles. Just a few other kind of noticeable details as you guys are approaching and kind of looking at this camp. One of the wagons is particularly nicer than the others on the side that you were coming from. Like it has like silk drapes, it has golden like hubcaps. From some of the
Nice
wagons
rims.
as you
Are
are
they
approaching,
spinners?
yeah, there's spinning rims. From one of the wagons, you hear kind of some snoring. Some of the other wagons, you hear laughing. Both adult and child like laughing, giving you like a mix of people that you're hearing, female, male voices, children laughing. And on the far end, and the more inside of the circle, there's a larger wagon, the largest wagon, that has 2 iron padlocks securing a wooden door on the rear of it. It is fully wooden roof and everything, much like I said before, a barrel shape. Seemingly there are a few drunken Vistani men kind of in the camp around. A lot of them are passed out on the ground. You guys are here pretty late, so no one really even challenges you as you guys come in.
Nice.
Arabelle kind of comes up and is just like, "That's my dad's tent. Let's go get him."
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
We
did
go
not think
get
you guys
'em.
would be here in the middle of the night. So.
We weren't waiting with that.
But yeah, no, they are not functioning right now. They're all having a good time in their wagons, staying out of the cold. So yeah, she pipes up and says, "Come on, let's go," and she takes off running towards the tent. And you kind of notice piled outside of this large of the tent is a large wagon, seemingly like a supply wagon. You see a lot of empty casks of what's to be assumed to be wine barrels. And from inside, as you approach the tent, from inside you hear the whoosh crack of a whip, and you hear somebody see a young man's voice scream out in pain. Ah! Whoosh! Ah!
Okay.
Arabelle kind of like freezes, like, whoa.
Arabelle, what's that?
I don't know. And she runs in there.
Oh,
I'm going right behind her.
I am too.
Interrupting some sexual things. I'm going into
Or
Not in this
interrupting.
campaign. That's that left limit we all avoid, or the right limit. We keep it on the road here at Money D&D campaigns.
Yeah, I'll follow her in.
Yeah, same.
Might as well.
Okay. So kind of running into this tent, three sputtering kind of campfires fill up this tent. It's so large, there's 3 fires. It has like little openings in the tent for the smoke to go out. Through the haze, you see more. There's something very noticeable happening immediately, but just to give you an idea of the surrounding, there's more people that are passed out on the ground, seemingly from drink, because you see some of them have like empty wineskins, empty ale skins possibly, passed out on the ground. A barely conscious and shirtless, seemingly teenager, is hugging the central tent pole. His wrists are bound with rope and his back is streaking with blood. An older, larger man. Probably, I don't know which one of you is the tallest and largest, but probably on par with you. Probably Dallin size, if that's the
Well, big boy.
the bar of metric there. About the same size. He is in studded leather armor, and he's lashing this boy with a horsewhip. And as you guys come in, he lashes him again, and the boy lets out a scream. And standing, you see one other man in the back of the room standing, kind of in the shadows a bit. You can't quite see what he's doing. However, you do see a bit of smoke come out. Seemingly, maybe he's smoking. You see like a little bit of a red cherry as you guys come in. And he's just whipping this guy as you guys come running in. Are you guys doing anything? Arabelle kind of runs in and she's just like about to yell father or something. Just wanted to make sure I'm not cutting off anybody's ideas or agency.
No.
I feel like she'll diffuse the situation in the way that we want her to.
Yeah, better than we
Yeah.
would probably.
And I don't want to interrupt anything that's going on that might be culturally based, and I know no part of it. So
Is,
Not my beeswax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter just wants me to have him say, "Yes, Daddy."
Dear Lord.
Oh
As-
god.
But no, so she runs in and she just screams, "Dad, what are you doing to Alexi?" And she runs over to Alexi, kind of hugging him as he's about halfway through his whip and kind of lets go of it and it kind of swirls around. He's just shocked. "Hey, Annabelle, where did you come from? Who are these men?" I'm like, "Oh, they saved me from the fisherman down by the lake. He kidnapped me. He was gonna sacrifice me to the lake or something stupid. What are you doing to Alexi?" "Well, Alexi was on watch. He's supposed to watch you and he failed. I'm giving him the proper punishment."
Oh boy.
And as he kind of says that, the figure in the background kind of walks forward. You recognize this person. Says, "Easy, brother. I think Alexi has learned his lesson, especially since daughter is back anyways. So what's the need?"
Is this
I think it's
Like,
Big Boy.
And again,
is
He
it
looks
say
at you-
Aragal?
well, I'm glad you remember my name. It seems you 5 have made it further than most in Barovia. Tell me, how do you like our country thus far?
Wasn't
You
excessive.
don't know these guys? Lavash, of course. Why would I? Yes, I know them. Just shh.
It's a lovely country.
You
It
could say that
is.
the visions or the scenery is quite to die for at times too. Kura.
Well, I must know you're joking, because this place is a shithole.
Yeah, it was sarcasm on my end.
I didn't want to be rude.
No, of course not. But you're more than welcome to sting amongst us. If Arabelle says what is true, you save her life, yeah?
Indeed.
So, Lavash, you're now the Vistani man in debt to Giorgio. What you going to do? I was going to handle that. You don't make all the decisions here. I'm the one in charge, Ergo. And Ergo kind of gives like a roll of the eyes, like a poof, whatever. And kind of goes back to his pipe. Well, as he said, you brought daughter home to me safely. For this, I and our camp are grateful. And we will get that fisherman one way or another if that you say is true. However, yes, there's something of the matters of debt. Well, fucking where is it? Sorry. I have so many things here. No Vistani shall ever be indebted to a Giorgio, as they say. You may have a pick from my treasure cart, and we'll call it even. Fair to you?
Yeah.
And
That
you're welcome
seems-
to stay amongst me and, well, they're all kind of passed out already, so more drink for us. However, we do not have any wine. It is only ale, which might be something you can remedy if you'll indulge me while we walk to the cart. He kind of runs over. He kind of moves
Sure.
over to Arabelle and like rubs her head. Like, you need to stay close in the camp at all times. How many times I've told you, you're going to the lake, something bad was going to happen. And Alexei is supposed to keep you from going to the lake. Alexei, are you going to fail at this again? And he kind of pulls his head up with by the hair, shakes his head no for him. There's a good boy. Let's go of him. All right, on to business. Follow me. He kind of grabs up this really big skin, drink it like an ale skin or wine skin off of like this barrel, and it splashes as he kind of pulls it up. You kind of see him wobbling just a little bit as he does so. And he makes his way out to the out of the tent and begins to walk you guys to the treasure cart,
Okay.
which is across the camp. And so, where are you boys from, eh?
Hmm.
Well, we're not from here, as Aragol can tell you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, well, one of the many people he's lured to Barovia, huh?
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't yell at him back then. Most people are pretty pissed if they run into him again.
Unfortunately, most of us were looking for this place before we met him. In some way or
Oh.
another.
Oh, we were and we didn't know it as well.
Well, I won't have any sort of beef in my camp. You run into him outside of camp, do as you wish. But just know that we don't always have the ideas and decisions to be made of our own volition. Sometimes we're forced to do things. Just maybe cut him a break.
Is it, why? Why does he lure people here?
Well, to put it simply, would you lure people here, or would you die?
So he's held against his will to do something like that, then?
Some people in Barovia are. Not me, though. I bow to no man. Well, if Strahd made me bow, I probably would. But he hasn't yet, so I got that going for me. Ha ha ha! To the cart. He opens up this, goes up to the double padlocked wagon, and puts a key into both off his neck to one lock, and pulls another key out of his pocket into the other lock, and opens this cart. And inside is, if it was a cartoon, it'd be shiny and bright, and your eyes would be bedazzled. You see a wooden chest. You see an iron chest. You see a onyx jeweled box with a golden filigree. You see a wooden throne with a gold inlay and decorative stones. Like a very small throne, maybe fit for a hobbit. A rolled up 10-foot rug
with an exquisite unicorn motif on the side. Motif. A small wooden box that is left open, and inside it has 12 vials filled with liquid. What do you choose?
Do we each get to choose, or are we just choosing one thing?
Just one, Fred. I like the way you think. Yeah. Not that drunk.
Can you give me a second, real quick? Money, I'm gonna want to cast detect magic so I can see if there's any magical items here.
You want to go off to the side for 10 minutes and do it, or do you want to use a spell slot?
A spell slot.
Do we have a
Do
list?
you have
of
it prepared?
all the stuff again?
Hmm?
Okay. If you have it prepared, you can cast it.
While he's doing that, I was gonna ask, would we see inside the chests before we pick?
That'd be too easy and no fun for me. What is your friend murmuring over here? Are you casting some sort of magic?
So can you list off those things again?
List them off. You can see them, can't you? A wooden chest. I'm just kidding. You can't see them.
A wooden chest, an iron chest, a decorative jewelry box, a wooden throne with a bunch of jewels and decorative stones on it, a rolled up rug, seemingly valuable, and a small wooden box with 12 potions in it.
12 vials.
Can you see the colors of the potions?
They're all the same. They're very gray and ethereal looking.
Can you tell us at least what those potions are?
Oh, he shuts the lid on it. I'm not going to do that to you. Those aren't real. We. You seem like good. You brought my daughter back. You seem like good people. Occasionally, travelers come to Barovia. We sell them a potion, telling them it gets them through the fog. They do not work.
Make oil.
They're not. It's basically yes.
So he kind of slides that out of view.
I don't want that one. I won't do that to you. I would still be in your debt if I did that. Even worse so, if you went into the fog and died.
Huh. So we have a wood chest, an iron chest, a small throne with gems, a rolled up rug.
Don't forget the jewelry
and a
box.
jewelry box. Okay. With obsidian stone or gems on it or something, right?
Yeah, an onyx jewelry box with gold filigree. Yes.
Mm.
Each one has a value. Who knows?
Like I'm at the end of Indiana Jones here picking the cup that Jesus
Yeah,
drank out
yeah.
of.
Not to be that guy, but there are things in there's treasure inside the boxes, right? We're not just getting the box. I've been in some of these situations before, and I know.
This is why this is fun for me.
I'm gonna look at Clayne because I've probably heard him cast that a few times. Well, what's going on?
Yeah, do it.
You do not detect any sort of magical or aura on any of this.
Well, there's no magic anywhere here.
So it's not a flying carpet.
Oh,
Dang it.
that didn't make it easier for you, did it?
It did not made it a lot harder.
And I should have thought this through, but it's the module. I have a team of 5 people who couldn't even decide how to leave a fisherman's hut. This is going to be difficult, yes?
Yeah.
I like the look
Oh.
of the iron chest myself, but that's just my
I was
aesthetic.
leaning towards one of the chests as well. Bigger means better, right? That's what Dallin thinks in his head.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
This is what we'll do. This will be fun.
John says we're gonna be here for hours.
We won't be, because this is what we're going to do.
A game
In
of
the next
chance.
20 seconds, type in a letter in your chat box. I will tell everybody to hit enter at once. Whatever gets the most votes is what you get.
The half accent while he's explaining.
Yes.
Wait, say that again?
You now have
Oh,
10
okay, I see it
seconds.
Well, do we
I feel
just?
like we're
do
at
we-
D&D game show right now.
Yeah.
You now have 5 seconds to enter letter.
Doesn't matter what we choose. Just
Don't
pick
hit
one.
enter yet.
Oh, shit.
Enter all at once. You cannot change your vote.
I waited in. You said 5.
Okay. Everybody on three. 1, 2, 3. Minus the 2 dummies that already did it.
ACBA?
We got one more vote.
Should
What
have-
is it?
Jones.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch! We do this one more time. A or B. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Enter. You get the iron chest.
Stupid.
He kind of reaches in, grabs this big iron chest, and like it seems heavy, and he slams it on the mud on the ground to open it for you guys. As he does, you hear a lot of shing when he does it, like coins and stuff. He opens it up, and without having to take a whole lot of time, we'll say like even part of whatever you guys are doing over the next couple of minutes before you get really tired, or possibility of getting really tired, is about 650 gold pieces.
Hey. Cool.
Not the best, not the worst. You did pretty good for yourselves.
Boom, slams the doors shut and locks them again.
That's You stay with us
130
tonight,
each.
eh? We have stew and ale. You eat, you drink, and you can have Alexi's wagon, piece of shit, sleeping on the floor.
I appreciate
You
your
said
generosity.
650.
I appreciate you
650.
bringing my daughter back. We are no longer in debt of whatever you people call yourselves.
130 apiece.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
Hey,
need to
nice.
figure out a name, boys.
A name?
Like a group name.
I have no intention of leaving this group, and as such, we should have a moniker of some sort to identify ourselves.
Just
I'll
something
leave
to
you
think
to
about over
count that.
time.
I'm gonna go back in the tent and make sure Arabella's not hurt. Probably should have done that first. I'm not the greatest father. You know, I'm not father of the year today. And he walks off.
Mm.
Oh shit, was I not supposed to put the gold in my pouch yet? Because the message came up.
No, you're good.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we are.
Yeah.
130 apiece. Before we call it a night at the wagon, should we go chat with the Kano? Hopefully be a few minutes.
You know, I could steal. Nah, I won't do that.
Oh, easy.
We want to be under good behavior, as I mage hand his Kalane's hand from lingering too close to the door.
Yeah, I saw Austin's eyes when he first described that wagon as we walked past it. He was like wringing his hands over there.
Ba-boom.
400 each. Cool.
Should automatically do it.
Oh, it did.
Nice.
It wasn't previously, but it did this time.
Because I kept clicking the wrong button.
Ah.
Mm.
Imagine. So
Um,
what are you guys doing? I'm sorry I was typing that in.
I think we're gonna go talk to Kano right quick.
Yeah, go chat with the
The-
Kano before we call it.
before-
Elvish
yeah.
Kano.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sure. Kind of looking around, you still hear like laughter coming from the tent and laughter coming from some of the wagons. More snoring. On your way there, you have to step over a couple of people. You almost step on them, but fortunately, you see them because they are so loud when they snore. Making your way back down the hill, you to inquire for Casimir. You come up to one of the other. We don't have to make a thing of it. You find one of the dusk elves that are kind of standing watch, who then leads you to a door on the other side of the hill. This house isn't any nicer than any of the other ones. Similar in make, maybe like an extra window here or there, just a little bit of variance to it, but not anything that would portray, hey, this is where the leader is. So still kind of the same kind of housing that these other ones that are on the base of this hill. The guard that brings you over there, he knocks and is granted access from inside. Somebody says enter, and to which he turns the handle, opens the door ajar, leaves it ajar. He then turns to you, he bows, and then goes to retake his post.
I bow back to him.
Yeah, we all bow.
Imagining like
Everyone bubbling
in
about.
Just in like Japan, how like they bow, and then like all these Americans are like, oh, yeah. I'm cultural, I swear. I
Respect,
studied you in
respect.
high school.
Huh.
As you enter, the door kind of glides smoothly as you enter. There's not like or nothing. It's just very nice sliding door. The inside of this home is rather comfortable. It's nice and warm. It's dry. There's a fireplace on the other side that kind of cracks as you enter, illuminating like a finely decorated, like walls. Like they seem to be carved like wooden statuettes. Or some of you would recognize these to be elven deities of various different kinds. And a tapestry hangs above the fireplace, kind of showing that or above the fireplace mantle, showing that same kind of artwork of a forest that they wear on their tabards outside. Sitting in a chair facing the fire, you see the familiar pointed ears of an elf. He stands from his chair and turns toward you, revealing kind of really gray and white hair. This is a very, very old elf. If you've ever seen an old elf, your character's ever seen an old elf before and knew they were old, it's very distinctive that this person has been here or been around for a long time. You are met with a stoic, expressionless face, and his clothing is made up of like finely sewn cloth with bits of leather in it. Good evening to you, travelers. I am excited to make your acquaintance. He looks to Ketham and then to Kalain. It is not often I am granted the blessing of meeting my fellow blood of Telkasir. Though we may have our variants, we are all still Telkasir.
Isn't Judas half elf too?
I was about to say, is like, you realize I am too, right?
Are you half elf?
Yes.
We have two half
thought you
elves,
were
two humans,
just
and
human.
one full elf.
No.
Get out of here! You're not an elf. You're half elf.
Yeah.
I thought the whole
Yeah.
reason you picked dark magic was so that you had dark vision. My bad. I thought you were human this whole time.
No. I picked half elf because my backstory is literally an elf father and a Vistani woman got married.
I do not remember the elven father part. All right, the only reason, I always thought you were human. That's why you took. Okay, all right,
Saw
my
Steven's
bad. It's on me.
disappointed face when he didn't get called out.
Vistani trash. I will not speak with it. No. And you as well, in the back. Couldn't quite see you over all the tall ones.
Yeah, I tend to let my hair cover the ears. I don't like to stand out too much.
He's got
Oh.
small ears too.
No offense to your more immortal friends here, but I wanted to get to tell me about yourselves. Why are you in Barovia?
Speaking to the whole group, not just the elven blood people.
Yeah, it's all of you. He's apologizing for distinguishing them and being like, "Oh, hi, the other two guys in the room. You're welcome too."
Oh, gotcha.
Trying not to be rude.
Well, we all come here for different reasons. Myself and my brother here, searching for our sister. Others can speak for themselves. We were searching for this place and led here by the Vistani man Aragol.
What dealings did you have with the Vistani on this hill?
We returned Arabelle, Luvash's daughter.
Yes,
was
the
missing.
missing girl. Yes.
Other than that, we've had no dealings that I'm aware of. Kind of looking around the group.
So if I am to stand correct in my initial judgment, you do not seem to be friends of the devil Strahd. Is this true?
Death to the followers. I think you can finish the sentence.
You say death to the followers?
Yeah. Of Strahd.
That's what
Couldn't
that
agree more.
elven undead revenant, I think,
Mhm.
was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are no friends of Strahd.
I see. And an interesting bit that you know. I myself am no friend of him either. However, I also do not wish to become further enemies. I do not want to further subject what remains of my people to Strahd's cruelty. I am sure you have seen how he mocks us with graves fit for paupers.
We have.
You've spent enough time in this land. However, I may be able to provide some assistance solely based on one very important answer. Though you are enemies of Strahd, do you intend to destroy him?
I
Yes.
do.
If it comes between me or him, obviously me.
See a bit of fire in Dallin's eyes as he says that he intends to do that.
What about these two silent ones?
I'm here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to find vengeance for my people. I'm
I'm-
Captain Bakewood, and I am from the Misty Forest area. You may have heard of me from some Vistanis. Sir.
I have indeed. I know of what you seek.
I'm just here following some threads, and wherever those lead me is straight to these people. And it's
Very well.
been kind of just a matter of I go with the wind at the moment.
So then let this conversation be a bonding of our friendship, an oath of secrecy on my part. I am sure by now you have heard the beginnings of Strahd, of his life, of his undeath, kinslaying, and subsequent murder of his beloved. The very event that made Strahd who he is, the Vampire Lord, the first vampire. I must admit that I have been burdened as of late by dreams. Dreams sent to me by my deceased sister, Petrina Velikovna. My sister, which I murdered.
Okay.
Following Tatiana's murder, my sister sought to court Strahd, already known to practice the dark arts amongst my people. She was a fearsome being in her own right. Some say she even rivaled that of Strahd's power. We firmly rejected the notion that she could solemnize her bond with him. There was no doubt in my mind that Strahd would drain her life and her power. There is no reason left in her. I killed my sister, denying the devil a path to greater power. For this act, he retaliated. He slaughtered our women and our children, and we lost, leaving the remainder of us, the men, the males, to our agony for all time. I sense my sister's spirit, a cold, hateful soul deep in the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft. If you do intend to defeat Strahd, I may finally be able to recover her remains and end her torment. There is a temple far to the south of here, nestled into the rock and snow of Mount Gakis, an evil place. Some say it is a prison made for the darkest things of this world, of this plane and the next. There you will find the secret to breaking Strahd's pact and freeing Barovia from its curse. This I believe, because the very mention of its name terrifies Strahd. The Amber Temple.
Gonna kind of.
And as he says that, a gust of wind kind of rushes down through the chimney, extinguishing the flame as it kind of blows through the whole room. It unlatches the thing, almost blows the door off as it comes loose, kind of slamming against the building as it blows on immense gust of wind. And for a moment, you almost hear a voice on the crisp and the edge of that wind as it blows through the room. And as soon as it was there, the wind is gone. You almost kind of hear a as it blows through.
Say that
What
again.
was that?
You were cutting out.
It was just like moaning.
Oh, okay.
Very labored
Okay.
breathing, very labored moaning.
On
And
hearing
Kaz-
the.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You can finish.
I was just Casimir kind of looks hesitantly around the room for a moment,
kind of eyes darting around, and then kind of addresses your party once more. It's unwise to speak of this place openly, but you need know the name. I would like to accompany you to this place should you decide to proceed. When your dealings are finished and you are ready, I will be here waiting.
It's good that you bring this up. And leaning kind of forward. I have seen this place. It is what drew me to this place. I saw it in visions. And a certain Madam Ava over at Tesser Falls camp mentioned this place does exist. I don't know if I am quite ready to embark with it, but I will seek you out when we go. I
It is a
believe that
dangerous
place holds
thing.
some sort of power or something for me.
It is a very dangerous omen, bad omen, if you are to be summoning by this place. I would be very careful on what you seek at your heart. Your desire.
I still don't know what I desire, except to go there. Except to see. The place calls to me.
That is worrying.
Good to know, I guess. But I will keep that in mind. Hopefully I don't do something too stupid.
Well, I've been here for hundreds of years, and I don't plan on going anywhere else, so... Unless you have any other questions, you may find me here.
Kinda.
Sorry.
Is there any way you can show us where it is? But I promise we will come and get you before we go.
I will not. You will have to take me if you wish to get there. For I have my own business there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want it getting out that we have it marked on a map either.
You mentioned you knew of what I seek.
Yes.
What can you tell me about it?
It is in the hands of... You're searching for... Give me a second. Argen Vasthold, are you not?
Yes.
That I can tell you where it is. There aren't many who remain in Barovia that were around for Strahd's conquests, for the subsequent culling of the elves, the rising of the Silver Dragon and his fall. But I was at every turn. The land of the guild mansion, or I think it's called the Silver Dragons. I can't remember what it's called. It has an actual legit name. I'll have to give it to you. I don't want to like look it up right now. I can't remember. But it's... So what's interesting enough to know from him is that if you're looking at the map, Ketham,
Yeah, I am.
so you see this structure here?
Yes.
So it is only accessible from like a road up here. Everything else is extremely hard mountainous terrain. And the road kind of...
Okay.
I can try to draw it a little bit since he's telling you. It's like this. And the rest of like this area, and like even here and here, it's all cliff face, like impassable.
Okay, so that dotted line isn't a road. It's...
That's a road, but on the lower ground by the river.
Oh,
If you
okay,
were to-
okay. I see what you're
yeah.
saying.
Like even he would explain to you, like showing him the map, he would explain that this is a road that goes to a ruin of an old town that was destroyed by Strahd. Which he calls...
I was gonna ask about that.
Uno momento, por favor. The Ruins of Bariz. That's Bariz.
What is this?
This
I think
down
it's
here.
Where Ketham
No,
is
no,
going?
No, he was asking about the little thing on the map near Luna River that has the dotted line.
Oh,
Go to the
Yeah,
map.
so he explains that that's a road that goes to a ruin of a settlement that Strahd had destroyed many years
Okay.
ago. But then
Okay.
he points out that this is a road to Argynvostholt,
Okay.
to where what you seek remains.
We don't have text option. Is there a chance you can put a little text that says Breeze on there? I'm writing
Sure.
in my notes, but it'd be easier to access here.
You see, scribble it on there.
And will that road stay there?
Yeah, I'll leave it
Like
on
that
there.
little line? Okay, cool.
He kind of mentions where the road is. He doesn't quite
precise
can't.
location.
He doesn't have the entire precise road memorized, but gives you instructions, landmarks to find this kind of trail that leads off the main Old Svalak road.
No, not the Durst Family Manor. It's back.
Oh boy. Where?
Oh no. When he put
It
in the
moves.
text box, it said Durst Family Manor, and then he updated it.
I just copy and pasted the other one.
Yeah, I figured.
Just so I'm sure here, and also I had to reference a little bit of my own history. Is there any presence still in the Amber Temple? Is there someone who lives there? Someone who would be calling
I
out?
don't know. I have
Okay.
never been there.
And yet you know where it is. Interesting.
I was here when it was functioning.
Not that it's a business, but Ketham's sake. Argynvostholt, what should we expect there? Any sort of enemy to be aware of before we walk upon that place?
That depends entirely on your alignment. Be you pure of heart, you may have nothing to worry, nothing to fear. Should you falter, well, I won't be going to the Amber Temple.
Sorry, I
You're
was,
going there first.
I was asking about Argynvostholt, not the
Right.
Amber Temple.
He's
Oh,
saying if you
Okay. Both.
you won't be going to the Amber Temple because you'll be dead.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Misunderstood.
It is man, where could I find their names off real quick? So I want to make sure I get there. I might be the Order of the Silver Dragon. I just cannot remember. But basically, the details, he kind of explains that it was an order of knights that was led by a silver dragon. And even for those that don't know, he kind of explains that silver dragons can shapeshift. So he would shapeshift into a man or an elf. And basically came to Barovia. He's very lawful good, and he came to Barovia to eliminate Strahd. And he failed to do so. And then big battle, he trained many knights, they fought. He tells stories of many battles, many clashes, and ultimately the Silver Dragon itself was slain, and all his knights were killed. But out of the sheer loyalty to Argynvost, some of them rose, and some of them wandered the woods, seeking followers of Strahd, seeking to slay them, seeking to avenge their master.
Like that revenant that we ran across, potentially?
Potentially.
Maybe.
a description of that event, he would nod and say that is more than likely.
Would, with a proficiency in history and also being from a knightly order, do I have any historical information on this knightly order at all? You said they came from out of Barovia, so or from out without.
Argynhost came here and created an order here.
Oh, created it in here. I thought he brought his order in. Okay, I see.
No, he created it here.
So just to like super quick recap on everything that we just learned. So Casimir had a sister who tried to court Strahd after Titania passed.
Tatiana.
Tatiana. Casimir ended up killing her so that Strahd could not use her. He's trying to get her bones back, essentially, to put her to rest. We learned about the Amber Temple. It holds some sort of secret to Strahd's undoing. We can't go there without him because he's the only one that knows where it is that we know of. And then we learned about Argynvost and all that stuff. And then the ruins of Breeze, which is just kind of adding something. We don't know of anything there. That kind of quick, rough summary of it all.
Question: Was Argynvost at all having to do with Ketham?
Yeah, Ketham asked about it.
Okay, you just asked about it. Okay.
Is that everyone kind of on? Did I miss anything there? I was just kind of a quick rough. Okay, Cliff Notes version, pretty much, but yeah.
So yeah, he basically tells you what you seek is there.
I'm Casimir, if I may. I seek a ancient tree that I've heard of some sort of holy symbol residing nearby. Been told it's upon a hill of the buried dead. I don't have much other information. Do you know anything of this location? Somewhere here within Barovia?
Sorry, friend, there's a lot of hills with buried dead in Barovia.
Massive ancient tree upon it.
If you're speaking of evil trees, you must be speaking of the druids to the west. Other than that, I only hear inklings of such things. I do not know where.
You mentioned druids. Where would these druids be?
I really don't know. They are west of Berlaki. They reside in the woods south of Kresik. Far south of Kresik. They are not a friendly band of druids, I'll tell you that.
Card was the druid, that's why I ask. No idea if that actually means anything, but...
Have you seen the guy with the monkey?
I have not seen a man with a monkey.
This guy seems really smart. We might as well ask him everything, right?
Unfortunate.
Mine's pretty vague. I don't know if there's much I could ask him.
Casimir, the elves of these lands, are they still being hunted?
If we stay within the confines of this compound, we are left alone. Sometimes we travel from here to there, we are left alone. Forever to assume torment and our loss and decision to stand against the devil.
So you can't travel freely.
All of us save one.
Who is that?
I will not speak his name.
The
He is
carriage
in the
rider?
service of Strahd himself.
I think we've encountered him. I won't speak his name either because it's in my book. And I have to look
He
at
is a
it.
traitor,
They have a scar across his forehead.
and you've met him.
Yep.
He tried to deal with us on the way to Vallaki. We declined.
That is rather unlike him. He would sooner cut your throat than speak a word.
Guess he's trying to be an obedient lapdog.
Must be. And he walks away to get a beer.
You guys want one?
All right, you guys ready to get turned up or what?
Anyone else got anything for Old Man Elf? Ask now.
I think that was Rahadin.
Yeah, Rodden was
Yeah.
the
Do
was the
not
traitor.
speak his name in my presence, please.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say his name.
I said it in my regular voice, and I said Joel.
You're standing in front of me. I can hear you.
Yeah. Just ignore me. I am sometimes not right in the head. I've been alive or awake all day. I wish I were dead sometimes, but not really.
The Vistani elf. Now I have seen everything.
It isn't great. A lot of times I'm not welcome with elves, and then I'm not welcome with Vistani. Sometimes nobody really likes me. But I make my way.
That
Except
sounds
for
like
us.
a painful existence. I'm sorry,
Well,
friend.
He's only telling half truths. We enjoy his company.
There are some that I wonder about, and I'd like give a side eye over to Vale.
For the most part, yeah.
I think I have faith in this group. Even in such dire and dark consequence situations, you are all making jokes. It's a good thing.
Question for you, just very random, but do you know what's inside those chests that the leader has?
Jesus Christ. No, he does not.
I actually have another legitimate question for him. Casimir, you say you've been around for centuries, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Were you here during the time of the Red Wizard?
That was very recent history.
Oh, I thought that was.
I heard of it. It was not a long time ago. It was just over a year ago.
Oh, I thought that was like.
What?
I'm talking about the Red Wizard that rose everybody up. That was a year ago? I thought that was hundreds of years ago.
No, it was a year ago.
Oh, shit, okay.
If you remember, I think I heard through the trees that the priest village of Barovia, his son was a part of this uprising. Yes,
Oh, yeah, it's true.
important details.
For some reason, I thought it was hundreds of years ago. Anyways.
There's a lot of history to this place. It's okay.
Yeah, my book only goes back 50 pages at this point, so I can't look it all up.
50
I'll throw you a
pages?
bone.
The question I have for you, Casimir, is this. Just ignore I said any of that. This Red Wizard, we've heard tales of a madman shooting lightning into the Lake Zarovich on the North Shores. Would this Red Wizard still be alive by chance?
I heard of an uprising and a wizard that he was struck down. That is all I know of the matter. This is getting rather late.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
I am ready to meditate. Casimir is going to take his own long rest.
As we're walking out, I'm gonna give him one of these. Then I'm gonna say, well, Casimir, seems I'll be seeking vengeance for 2 factions of elves for now on. And I'll take my
Thanks.
leave.
You kind of see like his face squint and he nods. Very serious. Yes.
As we're stepping out, Ethel, you said something about your group of elves being destroyed by Strahd, but you weren't from Barovia. Is that correct? Or are you from here?
I am from the Misty Forest area, where my people resided, but I was a young child whenever I was off in the forest on a hunt, because my father was the chief of the village and a hunter as well. When I came back, the village was alight with fire. There was some evil being that had just completely destroyed my village and my people. I hid in fear because I was so young, so fearful. After that event, I ended up bouncing around from Vistani camp to Vistani camp, swearing vengeance upon this evil being. And they've all pointed me to this place, Barovia, where I'd find an ancient weapon to combat the evil being that destroyed my kin.
So this evil was without Barovia. They struck within Faerun itself. Talking like I don't know if you know like the locations, but like, are you from Barovia or from outside of the mist? That's more what I'm asking.
I'm from outside the mist. I'm from it's like right outside of Daggerford. There's a forest right outside of Daggerford that I'm from.
Did we stick with the lore that you saw me that day? Or shortly after? Remember how we talked about that? Is that a thing? Okay. Oh, so I would know where that location is then, because I literally... Yes. Okay. Sorry, my player knowledge and character knowledge aren't matching up right now for me. You said you're from the Misty Forest.
Yes.
Years ago, I answered a call from there. This was when you were a child, and you're an elf. I don't think that's possible because I'm human, but...
Oh, maybe he's a young elf.
I'm a very young elf.
Oh, hello.
No.
I answered a call there once. Was this your village that was destroyed?
Yes, whenever I first met you and Kalain over there, I recognized your sigil. I didn't really put two and two together until later on because I was so traumatized by the experience.
So we almost met in a prior life then.
That is correct. Seems fate has brought us all together for a reason.
Surprised they didn't ask what kind of years you had back then.
What was that?
I said I'm surprised they didn't ask you what kind of years you had back then.
Getham, I'm sorry that my order didn't arrive sooner. We only got the call after it had happened.
I don't mean to sound rude. I'm not sure how many of you there were, but I'm not sure if y'all could have stood a chance against that beast.
What was it?
That's a good question.
The only info that I have of it is the word of a dreadlord.
Please do tell.
I know of no such thing.
I know of no such thing either, but I've sworn to defeat it.
So...
You know as much as you want to know about it, by the way. It's not something I'm withholding. You can completely come up with your own thing, and if you don't want to, I can.
I'm kind of going off of it like I was a younger elf and just kind of like didn't fully understand what was going on at that time.
Don't go too far back, because I'm only like 25.
Well, I mean, not like too far back, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, whenever I was coming up with this story, like, I don't know any type of creatures in D&D, so I couldn't give like a specific creature. I was just like, I wanted some like big bad guy just kind of fucked my shit up, and I couldn't think of anything. So I talked with Money, and we came up with like a fiend or a dreadlord or whatever we had talked about.
Yeah.
But I didn't have anything like specific in mind. It was just kind of like the...
Yeah, we threw out a couple examples. Originally, I was thinking the Dreadlord could be like a very top of the food chain type vampire. But you ended up wanting to go the fiend or demon route, which is totally fine. But we can come back to that I would definitely. That could be another campaign. Who knows? So, come up. We'll flesh that out more, I guess, or leave it a mystery for now. You don't. Your character doesn't know. You don't know. There you go.
Seems as if we're all chased around our own monsters.
What
We'll
was
slay
that?
them together. He said we're all chasing our own monsters.
Oh.
We'll slay them together as the Portcullis boys. Just kidding.
Wait, when you were in Daggerford, was there a little scrawny son of a bitch who's always uses fists all the time? And sometimes he looks a little queer every once in a while. He goes by the name of Dawson.
God, man. That's like when I would tell people, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, I'm in the army." "Oh, do you know my nephew? He's in the army." Yep.
I know all
I
the
know.
army guys.
I know every single all 500,000 of them. Yep.
And just Joe Army, yeah. Awesome.
By the way, Dustin Martin would know everyone in Daggerford, so
that was kind of my thought too. It was just like
Cool tie-in. That was funny.
Are we good to take a break? My wife just got back home.
Yeah, we can take a break.
that's fine.
Okay, awesome, sweet.
Also,
Grab a drink.
question on some of that money, and in general, like, what is like the timeline for this? Like, is there a specific like in lore time that this is supposed to take place comparatively to other stuff? Or
Yeah, technically, I mean, the creators of D&D 5e, they I think they specifically, or maybe some people like on the side, kind of followed chronologically where all the modules land. There is a specific date and time where Curse of Strahd lands, and I kind of stuck to that as far as like minor details of when we started and the date. Like for instance, it's what's funny is I had it on the map, but I never revealed it. On
is that the
accident.
red circle?
No, it was up here by where it says Barovia. I thought you guys could see it forever, and I just looked at
we're
it.
back on. Where are you
I
at?
mean, you can go to it. I'm
Yeah,
on
just
map
of Barovia.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So it was underneath Barovia at the top right, and it said the date. And you're gonna get a kick out of this. So today I just realized that was hidden the entire time. Well, it's the date of when the map was made.
Yeah.
Because I never revealed it, and also I was like, oh, I'm gonna reveal this. I was like, the text looks like crap. I don't like it. I deleted it. I don't even remember what the date is anymore. That happened today. And the map was like recently made, I think. Not, took yesterday. It's fairly old-ish, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just now realizing that looks like doo-doo.
Is it before or after the fall of Tiamat? No, I'm just joking with you.
You would have to Google it. The D&D module chronological order. It'll go through it. Curse Strahd's like pretty in the middle, if I remember right. Yeah, it's in the middle of all of them. I will say it's also the highest rated module of 5e, which is, I didn't actually know that when I picked it. I just thought it sounded good. And then actually like a week or two ago, I was like, man, what am I going to do after this? So I kind of watched a YouTube video of like all the modules ranked. And it's like ranked number 1. Everyone's like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm like, well, shit, dude. How do I move on from the greatest one ever to something that's worse?
By the way, it's year 735. That's when this takes
Oh,
place.
this is 1 year before Icespire Peak.
So this is-
Sure. I'm not gonna restrain myself to time or anything like that. If something doesn't mesh well, what's that term? Continuity isn't right with it is what it is. I'm not gonna spend hours and hours and hours fact checking myself with
it's Fat
the
Boy
official
Luca.
D&D chrono. What's up?
His dog, his new puppy.
Oh, his name's Luca.
Yeah.
Oh, that's John's kid's name.
I think he named him after his favorite
not cool.
basketball player.
There you go.
Is that Luca?
Yeah, he's gotten so much fatter.
One of our favorite viewers that watches all the time. His son's name's Luca, so I'm sure he appreciates that.
John's just a viewer. Austin met John at BWCon.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a mystery there. But
He said that's a beautiful dog. Our top viewer just said that.
Let's
That
go.
that means something.
I just saw a slight spoiler.
Don't be Googling things.
I was looking at the timeline, that's why, so I got really interested in it.
Keep in mind, this module is modular. So what you think is a spoiler might not actually be one, but I would not recommend reading anything about it.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll show you guys.
I've
the
tried to
full
avoid it
timeline
as
because-
best possible.
It gives you a lot of tools to move things around, but it is very possible to read something that I did like and I'm sticking with.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to look up what was in those chests so bad, and I had to restrain myself.
We might get a chest later or something, so don't spoil it.
That's what I was thinking. We could kidnap her and then bring her back and be like, "Oh, we found her wandering around again."
Let's not do that.
Now I'm changing.
I
all
know.
the
I'm just
treasure.
kidding.
Now you'll never know.
No.
Well, I mean, if you
Yes.
want to steal them, now's the best time. Everyone's asleep. You can just invisibility, book it.
Too bad you guys don't have a Raz or a Shamir with questionable alignment. So
Yeah.
you guys are more than welcome to stay at the camp. They offered you their cooking stew, some ale, and a wagon. You won't have to burn a ration, and the air feels a little safe in this area.
I think that's a good call. Stay there.
Mhm.
Eat some stew and some ale.
That's what I was hoping would happen.
Sure. You guys go back up, and in the meantime, while you guys are kind of getting ready and kind of drinking and eating with these guys, Lavash does again kind of approach the smallest person. Who would that be? Would that be Vale or Judas?
Between Vale and Judas, I feel
He
like.
puts his arm around both of you. Ah, new friends. He kind of pats you both on the chest, like real hard, like too hard, almost like knocking the wind out of you. You can smell the ale and the body odor of him just kind of coming up, like the studded bits of his leather kind of grinding into your shoulders as he kind of gets like stretch. You hear the leather stretch as he moves. I may have mentioned before, but I wanted to make clear. I am willing to pay more treasure. We are planning a journey west out of Barovia soon, and we do not have any wine. Which is a problem. Now I see. We only need like maybe 4 or 5 barrels.
Only.
If you
Only?
happen across some.
For a
And
group this size.
would you? You don't care where it's from, just as long as it's wine.
There's only one place wine comes from here. That's the
Your
problem.
friend is
Killing,
correct.
we don't want your toilet wine. We want the good wine from the place
Yes.
that we're going
Wizard
to go.
of Wines, please.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's the only kind that my men really want to drink. But yes, I saw how big your eyes get when you look inside treasure cart. Figure these men are looking for work. Because that is just like a couple of months, man, for us. Not really.
It's like that's a. Oof.
Like, damn.
So yeah, the rest of the night, unless you guys are doing something, go ahead and prep your camp actions. I assume somebody might take watch, might not. It's up to you guys. We'll kind of go down the list of.
Considering we have 3 elves in this group, Vale's a super sleepy boy. Just saying.
One
I'm
elf.
not elven
You have
enough to
2 half
meditate.
elves. Half elves still have to sleep.
Yeah.
Kalen hasn't taken a full rest in a while, so he's gonna do it.
Okay.
I noticed that there's enough, maybe ample light. I'm gonna start doodling.
Sure. Camp action, and then you're gonna rest. Anybody else?
Yep, same. I'm gonna try to still craft that thing I've been crafting.
Let me ask this: is anybody keeping watch at any point? Just
Yeah.
then we can move through and see that.
Well, no, probably not. I think I trust these people.
I'm either gonna prepare or just big sleep.
I'll watch the first shift, and then I'll big sleep the 3. So I can do that, right? Since I meditate for 4.
You can.
Okay. Cool.
You can big sleep for 3 of the
What's
4,
the-
and yeah,
Sorry, what's the benefit of big sleep? Yeah.
inspiration.
Nice.
Actually, I'll watch the last one, Big Sleep, the first 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody that's crafting, craft now,
Okay.
and then
I need to find that.
Oh, can I roll the dice for my whatchamacallit?
yep, you can.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
If I failed that one, I was gonna break the part I was working with. So I'm stoked.
Good stuff.
Do I do insight money? I can't remember.
It's insight, yeah. And Vale, I believe that counts for 2 successes, but you only needed 1, right?
Yeah,
And what
Get
were you
the
making
best of-
again?
I don't. I'll text it to you. I want to reveal it
Oh,
myself.
sure.
I need to
Yeah,
see
you already
what
know
I
that answer. Sorry, Captain. That's a
Ooh.
bummer, man.
Damn.
Kiethel.
On that one. What is Dallin doing?
I was trying to find it for one. Oh, it's under crafting system. There it is. My blacksmithing maintenance thing, not maintenance.
Sure.
Which one is it?
I don't know
It's-
what you're trying to do.
Maintain gear. That's what I was trying to find. The thing where I take 2 hours and do the quality die thing.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do that for my hammer and what did I give it to last time? Is it still on your armor, Austin?
Yes.
You ever gonna use that? Jeez. Can I have more than 2? Yeah, it's not like a magical thing.
Right, I need to see.
Does anyone else wear armor? You other 3 don't, right?
I do not.
Okay, then I'm just gonna do it on my armor and my hammer.
That's
Not
based off your
yet.
proficiency bonus. How many things you can do in 2 hours, right?
Yeah. So 2.
Okay, so 2.
And then sleep the rest of my time.
Okay. So most of the night. Well, let's leave it up to chance, shall we?
Where is that?
Second watch. Kethum, while you are meditating in the middle of the night, you hear a footstep coming, and you see a drunken Vistani man trying to put his hand in Kalane's pocket. He rolled a terrible stealth and did not beat your passive perception.
Am I near Kalane?
Fairly near. You guys are in the same wagon. I assume everybody's sleeping in the same wagon. It's big enough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if we were like laying around outside or what.
Maybe some of you are. 5 people's a lot for a wagon. Maybe he's outside and you're outside.
I'm just gonna kind of say, what are you reaching for there, friend?
This isn't where I parked my wagon. He begins to walk away.
Deadly.
I guess I'll just go back to sleep, I guess. Fuck, I'm always the one that gets woken up.
Get him! Get him!
You have the highest perception, so you
No.
immediately got him. Passive perception. And he failed immediately. I'd say Kalane woke up to that because it's a 9, but I don't know. I kind of picked you and thought it was funny. Yeah, he failed. He tried to pick his pocket and failed. The rest of the night goes unimpeded. You guys can hit long rest. This is considered rural rest, so the
So
reduction of
10
stress is minor. I can never remember because I have so many things.
I got you. 10 when in the wilderness.
There you
20
go.
in a town or city.
I should make that a roll, but we'll leave it as it is for now.
So, goes down 10.
Goes down 10.
I need to still fuck. I need to find that. Where are
Is
those?
it still fuck?
I don't remember that
I
being
need
a
to
camp
still
action.
fuck. Huh. Where is my I don't have the actual tools for calligraphy. That never got like turned over.
Did you put it in the cart?
No.
Guess you just don't have them.
God damn it.
Did you start with tools?
Yeah. Because calligraphy tools is what we agreed
Well,
on.
you can. So you picked the tool proficiency, but do you have the tools?
I think in
'Cause
D&D
some people's
Beyond, I
backgrounds it
have.
comes with the tools. Sometimes you
Yeah.
have the proficiency but don't have the tools.
Let me check my D&D Beyond character sheet.
Because I base these off of.
Yeah, calligrapher's supplies is in my D&D Beyond.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Still no. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I take them away.
I'll get them for you. That might be why they're not thing.
Austin, don't forget to use that quality
Oh, really?
D6 on your armor.
But you can go ahead and make your. Did you make your check?
No, I just didn't know what it was. It's just a
Oh, there.
charisma. I believe it's like what a charisma check.
Yeah, I made it. You can use charisma for it.
Okay. Cool.
There, and I have all 5 pounds of your calligraphy set.
Yeah, it's a lot. That'll be a normal ability modifier is charisma. And there you go. Priest on his throne.
That is one failure. Mark it down.
Christ, that is
What?
Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christ on his throne. Unless you want, if you have inspiration, you can inspire that if you'd like.
I thought I did.
Oh, you don't.
Where would I find that?
It's on your
No?
portrait. If you have it,
Top
it'll be a
left,
glowing
yeah.
dice.
Top left? No, that's exhaustion.
Top right is.
Oh.
I have inspiration. I didn't know that.
Oh.
I also have inspiration.
I thought I
Nobody
used
wants
that.
to give me that?
I just got this one in.
Does
I'm,
anybody
s-
want to
I'm sleeping.
take all
Well,
his
inspiration.
neck
Yeah, inspiration.
No,
and-
it's just-
You're writing like shit, man. Erase that and try again.
Yeah.
I think I actually had it. But I mean, I'll give you mine. That's fine.
What does inspiration give?
You get to re-roll.
Reroll.
Oh, okay.
I'll hand you mine.
Okay.
Yeah, download
You-
comes up and it's like, "Hey, you ruined that paper. Here, I got some extras."
This
Sound
is
like
the-
Garen.
This is the second time I've given inspiration to Steven. I just want everyone to know for the dog.
No, you
and
don't.
for
You
his
don't.
paper
You don't.
now.
You straight up don't have to.
Oh,
No,
is a Vistani in debt to a Giordo?
No. Take
whatever.
it seriously. I want these things to happen for sure.
Okay.
What are you making, by the way? I'm curious what scroll you're writing.
I have a very specific one. In general, I need to. I'll send you the image that I'm gonna
Can you
use
just
for
tell me
it.
what the spell is?
Oh,
That's all I wanted to know.
it's gonna be Tasha's Mind Whip.
Okay, cool.
Fuck. Where's calligrapher supplies? And use it again. Oh wait, that said dexterity.
I swear to God.
So add 2 more to that. Does that have
Why?
proficiency on it? Because I did dexterity. I didn't change it again.
When you're doing calligraphy, it's charisma, so it's +4 plus your proficiency, so it's a total of 6. So
Okay.
you have a 12 here.
Okay.
I don't know why you're talking about dexterity. We changed it to charisma.
No, whenever I rolled it, it came up as dexterity,
Yeah, but
and I just clicked
Well,
through
I'll-
it because
I'll
I thought it
change
would
that
save
for you.
it. Yeah, it's fine.
does 12 pass? I can't remember. I don't know what the. I
It
can
passes
roll
for
up.
a first level, not a second.
Mhm.
So. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. There
I don't
goes
know
that
if inspiration is worth using on crafting camp actions. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
fine with
Good
just
choice.
give
I
it.
don't mind.
there's-
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm fine with
but
giving it back and just taking the first one.
No, we
Anyway.
already rolled it.
Too late
We
for
rolled it. Yeah, we
DC
can't do that
DC
now.
of 14 is what you had to make it right. Any other alibis, morning approaches?
Cool spell scrolls I'm down with. I can always get it back by big sleep. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apologies.
The night comes, everybody's still passed out. You guys being kind of used to waking up a little bit early. Fell asleep a little bit early, but caught somebody trying to pick your pocket. And it is now about 6:30 in the morning. And you guys all awake. And eat sleep.
Gathering for some breakfast and everything, I'll kind of walk up to Ketham. So, my friend, I might have successfully come up with something for you. Here, and I'll like hold out an arrow that's got like some weird looking kind of spring-loaded contraption on the tip of it. And I'll kind of briefly describe it to you. I'll put it in text here right now so you can read it, but I believe in theory it should potentially hit someone else if you hit someone with an arrow. I'm not sure
post
how
it
it
in the
works
Discord.
exactly, but
Let's do it.
in practice,
That's pretty
you
sweet.
might find it rather effective.
Yeah, I put it in the Discord too, just in case.
So it's an arrow of ricochet, or a ricochet shot.
So does that mean so if I hit, then I roll an attack for the other person as well, or like does it
Yes.
automatically hit the other person?
It's roll against another target within 10 feet as part of this attack.
And I'll say you
Does
get
it-
5 of those, not just one, because that seems kind of very limiting. Now that I think about it.
I mean,
You
you
can
do
recover
recover the
them.
arrow.
It does say you can recover it on.
Oh,
With a
I'm
roll
not
check.
gonna lie, 5 seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
5's
was
fine.
gonna say he says he has to recover it, so
You know what? I'm gonna
Maybe-
take it a step back.
You roll a
Maybe
d6
3.
on recovery, and if you roll a 1, it's broken.
so you only get one shot with it, pretty much in a fight.
3 of them.
In the middle.
Meet in the middle. Yeah.
25? 25 of them?
Oh.
3 or 4 of them.
Hey, let's go.
Where do I
I'll
put 'em?
put them in there.
Okay, sweet.
That's cool. That's a cool little arrow to give him.
Joel, I just realized I have detect magic, by the way, that I can cast as a ritual. So I keep nudging you, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh shit, I can do that. I was sitting over
I'm
here
not
trying to prepare my
sure.
spells for the day.
I taught
I'm
you
not
to
sure
spell
how
earlier.
broken it is giving you this many, but we'll see. If it ends up being too broken, I might limit it to 1, but why not have fun with it now?
I definitely can't shoot 2 of them in one sitting with double advantage on each of them.
It would really suck if like somebody picked it up and shot it back at you.
Ooh.
Pulled it
That's a
out
cool
of them.
looking arrow.
Why am I just hearing pinball noises right now?
Ding 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 ding. This is gonna be kind of funky to use. Whenever you use it, just you should be able to change that. You see it in your inventory. You see the 4.
Mm-mm.
If you go to weapons, you'll see ricochet shot.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
So still attack with your bow, but then like you have to change the quantity there. Can you click on that 4? I'm just making sure
Yeah,
it
I
works.
can.
Okay. So that's how you can track it. You just mouse over and change the number.
You know what? I did get a nat 20 on that crafting. So I feel like, you know what? At the end of the day, I can live with 4 arrows out of that.
Makes sense. You finally figured out what you were doing wrong. You were putting it in backwards or something.
I'm so stoked about that roll. My god.
All right.
It's not an easy DC.
Morning comes, and a few people are stirring. There's some, smoke bellowing out of wagons from little pot-belly stoves inside, keeping people warm. What are you guys doing?
I'm taking a moment to meditate in a way, and I'm prepping my spells right now. I'm changing them out.
I wake up, and off of me just is a bunch of crumpled up paper.
Make
It's just
sure if you didn't do it yet, hit long rest if you need it. If you need
shit,
to
yeah.
refresh your features and spells and things. It's always good to just hit it just in case. What were you seeing, Steven? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I just as I wake up, I'm covered in like bunches of crumpled up parchment.
He was awake all night trying to get that shit to work.
Unsuccessful night. Did we?
Sometimes I guess it's just I knew what I wanted. I got really close, and then just I don't know, just nothing looks right. I have problem drawing hens.
Oh, I fully understand. It's the nature of the artist to be. You're always bridging the gap in your taste between your taste and your skills. It's a lifelong endeavor. I understand.
So he spins this ricochet shot through his head. Oh, double crafting. I didn't. I was very successful.
+6, I can't do it.
Yeah. Sorry, man. It's rough. I was kind of hoping
Twice.
you'd get that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So what are you guys doing? Lavash is passed out in his tent. You were trying to find him. He's snoring loudly. Arabella's been seen. She's kind of walking around, eating some food. Sees you. Hi.
Hey.
Did we have any other dealings with these people that you guys want? I feel like Vale would be kind of taking a back seat based on the people and the surroundings.
Wayne as well. I think we've done everything we need to do here. At least for now, until we go to the Amber Tower. And we get more wine.
Like me
Yeah,
personally, I'm actually really curious about the Wizard of the Wines, but
Oh, yeah. But we gotta get the bones first.
Same here.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah,
oh
we
yeah,
focus the bones.
we got priorities for sure.
We
Should
head back to
maybe
Maliki.
pay Milavage a visit once
I
again?
think that little... I think that little shit deserves another visit from us for sure.
Him and that gravekeeper. Or,
Yeah.
sorry, coffin maker.
Coffee maker, yes, indeed.
Quite.
Back to the town.
Back to the town.
Back, yeah.
Very good.
Oh, we can stop by Potion and Sundries.
I really need a Sundial potion.
I've been aching for a Sundial for the whole campaign.
You guys make your way out of the camp, saying your goodbyes to anybody who's actually awake. Some people are just like, "Who the fuck are you?" You know, they were passed out before you even got there.
Actually, really quick, before we leave, you said there was, you described a wagon that had, like, curtains over it. Is that, like, some sort of merchant by chance? Can we check in on that before we go? I just thought about that.
Asking after it, they say one of the Vistani men says, or women, one of the Vistani women that's awake, because she's awake, says that is Lavash's wagon.
Oh, okay. I thought, I'll ask if there are any merchants in the area before we go.
They do not have any goods. They
Okay,
have sold
okay.
all their goods. The trip that they are taking is to go trade.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check before we go. Sorry.
Sorry, real quick. Can we get a timeline of when they're making that trip? Just to see like how much time we have to go to the vineyard.
We don't really live by timelines. We kind of just go when Lavash feels like it. But my guess is a couple of days, meaning he might wait a little while for the wine, but a couple days goes by, he might leave.
That's
She
it.
says.
Oh, just to let him know that we might have some wine in store for him. We'll be heading that way at some point. So keep that in mind before he leaves.
What was the
I'll let him
thumbs
know.
up for, Steven?
It's
He
for
was messaging me something.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Like don't look at it.
Oh, okay. He told me to ignore the next message in Discord. Like, okay.
There you go. Now it's deleted.
Okay.
Make your guys way back to Valaki as you go off through the woods, out of the woods into like the hidden path. It's really high shrubbery and stuff in the area, but you make your way out onto the road, make your way back. You do see the Third Eye Potion and Sundries. Seems to have a light kind of shining through the window, and up ahead you do see a couple of guards behind the portcullis, standing watch. Yeah. What do you? Where are you guys going?
You know,
Did
check-
anybody
check the
want
potion.
to check out a potion?
Yeah, take a quick peek in. Just a quick rummage around.
Darkness descends on the village as you guys go on a shopping spree.
Your corporate greed is the problem.
Also, it was 4 silver for the night, right?
Not for
Or 2.
tonight. We stayed at the
No?
camp for free.
Yeah, but you
No,
still
for
have your
camp.
daily maintenance.
I'd already paid the man for that though.
Oh, the maintenance. Yeah, the maintenance is
Daily
2.
maintenance, everybody
Calf.
needs to remove 2 silver.
Oh, that yes, right.
2
Thanks for
silver.
the reminder. And you guys already
Take 2
paid
back.
for your room at Blue Water Inn. 'Cause,
Yeah, because we
Place
had
we
to
didn't
keep
even
her
stay.
there.
yeah, you guys already paid for that, so that's all said and done. Okay. So you guys are going in the potion shop, or are you continuing on? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
t-
I wasn't sure if you were
Sure.
joking or not.
Take a peek
Okay.
as we're walking in and see what's up.
Approaching, you see like this tiny building is very tiny shop compared to the rest of the buildings here. It's the only one that isn't boarded up. Contrary to like this drawing with the field and these happy buildings, everything is boarded up and abandoned. It's definitely kind of even pushed off a little bit from the other buildings, seemingly further away. Yeah, you walk up. It's a single-story building, kind of a thatch roof, very poor old woody, rotted wood porch. And as you kind of walk through the door, you hit a bell, ding, and it snaps off and falls to the ground. Ding.
Brutus, watch our step.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm immediately picking that up and I'm going to try and affix it back on her door for her.
Somebody there?
Hello, ma'am. I'm just here to browse your wares.
As you walk in, you see this woman who has her hair kind of tied up into a bun. She has elvish ears and shares the same complexion as some of the dusk elves. But similarly, she also wears unique colors that you've only seen on Vistani. Sorry, you have to speak a bit louder, dear. I'm hard of hearing and I cannot see at all.
We're here to browse your wares, ma'am. You had potions and
You seen
sundries.
bears?
Do you sell potions, ma'am?
Oh, potions. Yes, I sell potions.
May we see
well,
those? May we see the menu?
Let me find the menu.
You
Where
just
do I
scan a
keep the
QR
menu?
code.
Are there
There's
also-
the menu. That should work.
Load PDF. Oh shit!
This
I
is
got it.
all I have in stock currently at this very moment. I have acids, antitoxins, various supplies, oil flasks, poisons for pest control, various different ingredients, say if you're making a good meal or your own pest control.
Yeesh to that potion of healing cost.
Yup.
Pest control only.
What does the healer's kit do? And what's the stuff around that?
Here is kit. You can stabilize somebody without making a medicine check. Now there is a perk you can get to heal with it, but none of you have that.
I remember Wes using that a lot in our last game.
He had the
Right, yeah.
healer's check. I remember that
Yeah.
campaign. I watched it, even though I'm blind.
Like a podcast or audiobook.
Did you say it with your third eye? Sorry, ma'am. Sometimes I have a little frog in my
Ah.
throat.
Aha! Aha! This one's a live one.
It's a
go ahead, do your bit.
I didn't have anything.
I was gonna
Are
ask,
you buying anything?
does anyone have any potions of healing at all? I thought we found some earlier, but I can't remember.
I've got
I have-
one.
I
I
have
have
one.
one as well.
What did you say you have one, Steven?
Yeah.
So you have 3. Do you have one, Joel? Okay, so we have 3 amongst the entire party. That's a steep.
Do I have any potion makers amongst the group? We do have a
Yes.
fair bit of mixtures, components, curatives, and reagents.
I
Gather them
can-
myself.
I can brew a potion if I need to.
Basically, look at the bottom of the menu. She's got a lot of ingredients if you didn't see it. Excuse me if you didn't
Yeah.
see them. And Ketham, if you remember, you can make things.
Poison, yeah.
That's
Poison.
right. And don't underestimate poisons. They're very fucking strong.
Oh, that 2 curative reagents.
Sorry.
Um,
I just cracked me up. Poison.
Poisons.
I'm gonna.
Hell yeah.
I need
Money
an.
just to make. Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I was just gonna ask. I need an oil flask to operate my bullseye lantern, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna buy 1. 8 silver.
Very good, sir. She bites each coin. That's a silver. That's a silver.
I was gonna hand her a gold and see if she
Silver?
could break it. Because
Oh,
I have 6 silver currently.
That's a gold. Silver. Silver. That should change.
Does
Thank you, ma'am.
does a potion of healing go in an oil in a flask or a bottle?
In a vial.
Okay.
It can go in either. It's a liquid. You don't eat the glass.
And the liquid takes the form of its container, of course. Well, mostly asking because a flask is 1 silver and a vial is 5 gold. Does it make a difference?
Okay, yeah, so flasks, actually, never mind. Flasks are used differently for different crafting
Okay.
recipes.
Cool. That's what I needed to know.
It just occurred to me. I'm like, no, never mind. There's like flasks that you can throw that do certain, yeah.
Yeah.
different.
Okay. Perfect. I will take 2 empty vials, please.
That'll be 10 gold pieces. 1, 2.
And money just to make sure. Like I currently have 2 common curative reagents. I'm guessing I need that and an herbalism kit to create a.
Well, if you look at your crafting,
Check your journals.
All your crafting needs are right there under herbalism. And under herbalism, it says potion of healing, 3 common curative reagents, and 1 glass vial. Also, only 1 check, DC 13. Ooh. They're expensive to buy. Maybe not very hard to find.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to start rooting around in the woods, Joel. Come on.
I got 2 of the bad boys right now. I'll just.
You guys been
I'll just
busy.
keep looking around.
A potion of healings are a little too expensive for me right now, so I'm just gonna buy that oil flask so I can.
Expensive to what you're used to, but here in Barovia we have shortages of just about everything, so it's not expensive for Barovians.
Is there anything that you could use assistance with, ma'am, to potentially bring some prices down? We might potentially be able to help if there's anything you need done.
Well, I can make a potion of healing for you. If you gather the ingredients, I could make it for 80 gold pieces.
All right, appreciate that. So 5 extra gold to get rid of the potential failure on Joel's check, pretty much. Don't fail, Joel, because we're not. These are expensive.
Yeah, they're really expensive. I'm good here.
Okay.
Can I manage to fix her doorbell?
How are you fixing it? It's just like a
I
piece of
imagine
metal.
because
that's
it's mechanical
crumpled
in some kind of way that like bangs against the door, right? It's got like a hinge of some kind. I was just trying to fix it for her so it doesn't fall off the door.
I'm trying to think of a way for flavor to be fun, but I can't. We'll just say you fix it. I don't know how you do, because it's hanging off a piece of metal, and the metal broke. So you heated it somehow and welded it back together. I don't know.
Nope.
Because this one particularly was hanging in front of the door, and the door just hits it. It goes ding, and then it like flops around. But yeah, no, yeah, you fix it. I say let's do a tinkerer's check. Let's see if you fix this thing. I feel like that's what you really want to do.
Can I? No, I can't help, can I?
No.
Hey,
Yeah, you find a different way. You remove the excess piece that it broke off of, and then you screw in. It's a bit shorter, but you can still hit it a little bit with the door. It's better than nothing.
50% off one item. Thanks, man.
She saw none of it.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to say something either. I'm just looking to do her a kindness.
No, I'm playing. That's all I was getting. I don't know if anyone else is getting anything.
No, I'm out of here.
Okay, you guys are leaving.
I'm with. I got another place I need to go.
Okay.
Where are you in a rush to?
I mean, not in a rush, but like, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. You guys going back to town?
yeah.
Okay. Leaving that store, you guys open the door and you get a ba-dunk, ba-dunk of the bell as you go out. It's no longer ba-ding, ba-ding, because it's, short, whatever. Still works. She knows you're there. Bye!
Bye, man.
Why are you saying hi? I said bye.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm walking out.
Uno momento.
Thought they said they killed off all the female elves. Thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She was more a half-elf in appearance.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's enough to kickstart the species again.
Maybe she's related to you. Half-elf, Vistani, Dusk Elf. Yeah. That'd be funny. So you guys approach the gates, and a couple of the guards standing atop. Two you haven't really seen before. Who goes there? Are you from Krezik?
No, from passing through near the village of Brovio. We just came back from the west there.
If that's true, what's the name of the inn?
Blue Water Inn.
Blue water.
You looked at the map, didn't you?
I did, but I remembered it too.
You may come in. Pass the test.
Technically, my
But no.
notes.
He legit asks you like the name of the inn, and you know it. So he's like,
Okay.
"You may come in, but acknowledge the laws of our town. Do not frown." I've been working on my poetry, Sid. You see that?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good. Thank you. Come on in. Yes. Don't stir any trouble. This is an easy gig.
Easy enough.
Oh yes, sir.
Dallin,
All
give
smiles
me-
over here.
Give me a perception check.
You say Dallin?
Yeah, as you guys are
okay.
walking through the gates. They open them, you guys walk through.
15.
The other guard is surprisingly quiet, and there's a moment where they both kind of look at each other like, I don't know if you saw me. Did you see me?
Look,
Watch-
kind of
watch
glance,
me, it's like-
side eye.
Little side eye.
Major sus side eye, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to make of that. I'll mention it to the group that they seem a little sussy.
They
Like
might
the
think we came
bowler
from
hat guy.
Vistani camp.
So where are you guys going?
First stop is Milivov.
I thought we were going to the cask or the cat. What's it called? The coffin guy.
It doesn't really matter where you're going, because as you guys are talking about where you want to stop, the gate slams shut behind you. And out of the left and right sides of your eyes, you see guards begin coming out from behind the buildings.
Money, hold up. I'm gonna cast.
Hold on a second. You want to cast a spell right now? You can.
Oh, God
Damn it.
Here we go.
I'm gonna let you know that Kalain would know that might be a little like I don't know, drawing a sword or threatening somebody, casting a spell as all these guards are approaching you. Is that what you want to do?
No, it's fine.
I'm just letting you know. You can.
I'm good.
I'm just the narrator. Okay. I'm just trying to find my place here. Okay, so guards begin to fill into the road left and right. You count maybe 7 on your left, 8 on your right, and you see a contingency of 5 or 6 approaching you with guard Captain Stoyle. You recognize him at the front, kind of approaching you guys. All of them brandishing pikes, and some of them wooden spears. Some of them seem a little shaky, some of them do not. You recognize experience. And guard Captain Stoyle approaches.
Hands are up, away from the weapons.
I'm gonna need your weapons, and I'm gonna need you to come with me immediately.
Surely, Stoyle,
Sure thing.
what seems to be the matter?
And I'm not a fool either. You, points at Kalain, I'm gonna need any kind of books or paper that you have. And you, he points at Vale, whatever shiny orb-like thing I keep hearing about, you cough that up right now.
Doyle, what's going on here?
It's not my place to tell you, but you will obey these commands, or you will not be welcome in Valaki no anymore.
Alright.
You will come with me and you will see the bailiff.
Alright.
Sure thing.
No issue from us.
Yeah, I'll hand it over, whatever he wants.
Yeah, my hammer and my shield. Or not my shield, I guess I would just throw that over my back. Unless he wants it.
Yeah, the weapons are fine. Thank you for your understanding and not resisting. We don't wish to fight here, but the bailiff means to see you. There's been a report of you. And I am not at liberty to discuss.
Alright.
Follow me, please.
Sure we can sort this out.
And all the guards kind of file in around you, and he begins leading you guys down the road. He takes you all the way down the main. You see some people left and right kind of looking at you. Some people kind of fall in through their doors, kind of back into their homes as people are beginning to wake and get settled for the day. It's about still early morning, obviously. You haven't gotten too much time. He turns the corner and begins heading towards the familiar place of the Burgomaster's mansion. Go with... It's no longer raining, so we turn that off. Good enough. He brings you before the gates of the Burgomaster's mansion that you have seen before. Captain Stoyle kind of orders his men to surround you and keep you in place. He turns to you and, I will fetch the bailiff. He turns, begins walking towards the mansion, stops short, turns.
Listen, you seem like decent folk. Just don't agitate the man. He'll have you banished faster than shit through a goose. Be respectful, and you won't. This will all be over. Hopefully, I don't know what the charges are. Just don't piss the man off. And he turns and he goes into the mansion.
As soon as he turns, I'm gonna give Judas the stage eye that nobody else can see, glaring.
The stage eye.
You know what I mean by a stage eye?
No, actually.
When you're it's like when you're on stage. If you look like the crowd's this way, you look this way. You have one free eye to give somebody a look without making a facial expression.
Okay.
That I just gave you a fucking stare down that nobody else can see. Like, behave yourself, young man.
I think we all do that.
Yeah, I'll tell Stoyle.
I was gonna say is like there's
I was just
Go ahead.
saying we understand Stoyle.
So
Not agitate him and to be on our best behavior for whatever we did. Sure,
He comes
Bruce
a little bit of an
has
uptick
probably
there.
been whining.
He comes back out of the manor, and you kind of see him like I'll be a little bit nervous. He steps off to the side of the door. And it's like a double door. He only opened one of them, like gingerly, like respectfully. Coming behind him, the next individual does not, and it is a towering brick shithouse of a man. He comes through this door and slams them both open. And a tall and imposing man bursts through these doors of the mansion with the guard captain off to his side. He exudes an air of physical strength. It's like his robust, like mad muscular form. This dude is enormous, and that's not even the most interesting detail about him. Mostly his skin is pale, almost sickly, in a stark contrast to his dark, unruly hair. But the most distinctive feature is his left arm is not what you would expect of a human man's arm. It is a twisted, large twisted red arm, veiny, like blood red, almost all the way to, looks demonic in nature. And at the very tips of his fingers are these long yellow claws. An absolute, like, enormous arm on, in contrast to his other arm.
Ooh.
Give me 1 second. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to find
There's a
decent
joke
picture
to
of
be
his
had
arm.
here,
Oh yeah,
but I'm not making it.
something about veiny. Yeah, I know you.
They live Strahd. Okay, that's
Yeah.
I was gonna say, he just works out one arm more than the other. Whatever.
I thought you said he had hair.
Yeah, he doesn't in the picture. Not everything can line up
see
when
that.
I'm making things. The dark red skin, bulging veins, and corrupted flesh almost look demonic in nature, as I said. His stride and purpose to each step imposes a sense of bitterness and resentment to the situation that he is in, giving him an aura of shimmering anger. And he just immediately kind of stops short in front of you, towering over you, in addition to being up a couple of stone stair steps. The large man seems to be chewing on like what seems to be a long twig. He removes it from his mouth, turns his head, he spits, and as he turns back, he furrows his brow even further.
I've heard some tellings of travelers using magic on people of Valaki. So, tell me, who sent you? Vistani? Strahd? Whom do I send your fucking heads back to?
Well, first things first, sir. Hello, I'm just happy to be here, and my name's Judas. And I just raise out a hand and just be like, or just like a wave at him, and just big smile the entire time, just forced big smile. It's like, we just really appreciate you bringing us into your town and keeping us safe.
Give me a deception check.
I was being really honest there.
With
I
advantage.
think it's the voice that is you're deceiving with, potentially. Oh man, my camera's doing a money thing.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
See if your trick works.
You didn't answer my question. Vistani or Strahd, where do we send your heads?
Neither.
Neither.
I mean, nobody sent us. We were just, passing on through.
If you aren't of Vistani, and you aren't of Strahd, then what purpose do you have slinging spells on the Baron's subjects? I know why you're here. Guard Captain told me you're here bringing news of Koliana. But here you still are. And now I hear you're casting spells on people of this town.
What grounds?
Doesn't sound like
of
you're
eff-
just here to spread news.
What grounds do you have for this accusation? Who said this? I have no
I
idea
have
what you're talking about.
witnesses, and I don't need any grounds. You'll answer my questions. You ask me a question, this conversation's over. You will answer my questions. That is it. That is final. Are you casting spells on the people of Valaki?
Are we still surrounded by the guards and everything too? Like out
Oh, yeah.
front? Okay.
Even more have shown up. Like even the ones that are at like the manor have come out.
I was just wondering if it was a
20
one-on-one
guards.
or if there's like a bunch of people listening in type thing. Gotcha.
Now they're just guards, so I mean they're not like
Sure, but they have ears.
fucking superhuman. But
No. I'm not looking to fight. I'm more of like what we can say in front of a crowd type of situation. That's what I was trying to figure out.
There's
A
quite
bunch
few
of people there. Yeah. Okay. And I'm trying to think of what I can't say.
If it was I will admit I casted a spell on young Milivaj.
As you
He was
say that,
proving to be extremely
he turns
uncooperative.
and looks to the second. It's important that he does this while you're saying that. You continue what you're saying, but he turns and he looks to a second story window. And he nods, and up there you kind of see a shadow of a person watching from the window. And he goes back to go ahead and continue.
What I admit that I did, but I will say that what I did was entirely within the within my means of trying to do what's best for this town. I meant no ill will at any point.
What is your means? What is your ends?
Safety for the people of Valaki?
You cast spells on them for their safety?
For information. It was not a
Information
damaging
regarding
spell.
what?
The current predicament?
What predicament is this?
Just the state of Barovia in general. This is a very unsafe place. We're new here and we've almost died multiple times.
What did you ask Milivaj?
We were just looking for more information about the town and who
And you
resides here.
needed to cast a spell on a person to do
He's a
this.
very
I don't
uncooperative
buy
young
it.
man.
Make a deception check.
I
I'll say he might buy it. He does not buy it.
I
Remember when I was like, we should use inspiration for other things, boys?
There's still
Wait, I have one.
inspiration.
That is what we
Settle
should use
down.
it for.
We
I
have
have one.
multiple.
Go
I have an inspiration as well.
I
also
currently
have
have
inspiration.
one myself. So I
Yeah,
think I might
yes.
use that.
Back off.
I'm just saying. That's a
More
good
what?
example.
Are you gonna use it?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
A little bit better.
A little bit.
So you're trying to find more about the predicament of this town. Well, what did you find? What did Milivaj complain about?
Oh, he sees much in this town. He wouldn't say he had any particular gripes that were of any use to us. Unfortunately, it was rather fruitful, I'll be honest. Unfruitful, I meant to say, sorry.
You speak with an air of elegance, which surprises me of your ignorance. I guess I'll have to tell you all of the laws of our town. They're very simple. Don't steal, don't kill, don't cast fucking spells on anybody. Does that make sense to you?
Of course.
He looks back up to the window. And you see a little bit of a gesture. Nothing to really perceive in secret, but kind of like a nod or like a positive affirmation from the figure up in the window. And you kind of hear the bailiff.
Very well. I am Bailiff Isaac Strahd, and the Baron has sentenced you to community service for your transgressions. Your service will come in handy, and you will be at the Baron's beck and call when he calls.
Hold on a second. I want to make sure I have that right.
Gotta go pick up litter on Highway 40, guys.
We're gonna go pick up.
This is your only warning against using sorcery of the people of Valaki. And if you ignore his summons. If you do either again, you will be banished from Valaki you will not be welcome in the only town worth a shite in Barovia. Do I make myself clear?
Fully.
He abruptly turns. His long wolf cloak that I forgot to describe earlier, because I glanced through my descriptions like a dummy, striking the property gate post as he marches back into the mansion, double doors. He quickly thump, 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 slam, goes back in. Captain Stoyle glances at you, seemingly trying to be a little stoic, but still kind of like filling his britches over this guy. He is rather intimidating with that arm. He gives the command to the guard to clear off. All around you, the guard are falling out, returning to their duties, or for some that were off duty, grumbling about having to come in on their day off. And there's a few people kind of lingered, kind of watching what would happen. And as you guys kind of like look around, noticing that the scene's over, they're just kind of like, whoop, they leave, and everybody kind of filters away. And Captain Stoyle says, "Well, that could have gone a lot worse."
Can we get our stuff back, please?
Oh, yes, yes. And all the guards come back that were stealing your stuff, and they give it back.
Thank you.
Hand your weapons over, give you your shiny orb back. Please don't cast any spells on people in town. And as he said, don't steal or murder either. Okay then. And he kind of starts to walk away. And
I don't know who to
On,
trust
on
to
the
tell
word
that.
on the word don't steal. I just like, hit Ketham in the arms like, well, Ketham, that would have been a real bad thing if anybody were to steal. Good thing that we don't do that. And just look right back on there.
Make it as
Straightforward.
overt as you can. Why not?
Steal? What did I steal?
You were threatening to steal the bone stuff,
Fish hooks?
or did you? Yeah.
Oh, that was outside the city walls. They don't give a shit about that.
Mm. So yeah, they all fade away. You guys get your gear and your weapons back, and we will kind of call it there as people are walking away from your group in front of the burgomaster's mansion.
That was a fucking close one.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like Dallin would be telling the truth, but he's been sworn to secrecy on so many different things at this point, doesn't know who to trust.
Sweating
know?
bullets.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh!
Looks like he's trying to take a big shit.
I don't really want to tell the guy with the demon arm, oh yeah, there's some special bones we're trying to retrieve to put the town back under its spell of protection.
Yeah, like, the description just doesn't do it justice. He's got, like, regular arm on his right arm, but then this one is just, like, bulging, massive, like, demonic flesh, like, veins popping out, and, like, the very long fingernails and stuff just kind of sitting idly next to his body as he walks, and it's just very... well, now you can see why people are very intimidated.
If it wasn't such a serious situation, I would have probably asked Stoyle about it, but leave that for another time. Maybe we don't push any luck right now.
It seems like a real one, though, so...
I think you guys already heard his name.
Strasny?
Which one?
Strahd? Yeah.
Aleph Isaac Strahd, yeah.
We have
Yeah,
Isaac now. I think all we have was Strahd at one point.
When I read in my book, initially when we came to Valaki, it says, Bailiff Strasny - don't mess with him. And so, yeah.
Right on. So I hope you guys had a good time. They were kind of in that mode of, I know we're used to lots of combat and campaigns, but...
RP is fine with me, man.
Okay, I hope so, because that was like my
Yeah.
biggest concern about this whole section of the thing. It's
No.
out there.
I was gonna ask too, kind of but I didn't kind of want to do it. But still, I almost did it. Of like, is Vale the only one sentenced? Because the rest of us didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, all of you.
Guilty by association, my guy.
Absolutely guilty by association. You guys are the only strangers in town.
It's not even how your law works.
She's just like, I didn't cast any magic. I'm out of here. Wanders off.
It was either that or like, you know, I don't know.
No, we all got high-vis vests and pokers, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, you guys surrendered your weapons without any kind of back and forth gibberish, so that, I mean, every little detail that you guys do things, there are benefits and consequences.
Yeah, that mage armor would have been an interesting choice.
I
know
feel
that's what
like
you were
you're not
thinking about, Joel.
too used to being a caster, so I wanted you to know that casting a spell is a very visual thing. There is subtle spell that can make it silent, but if you're doing
I was thinking of real
While
stuff,
holding
you
your
know?
spell book or whatever.
yeah, muttering an incantation, they're gonna be like, "Hey, they're doing it again!" And oh man,
Yeah.
just to let you know
Unless
that it's a visual thing. Some things are just vocal that you can like whisper, but
Yeah. Sorry.
that
Right.
also will have its own checks.
Yeah, you still
I
have to
wanted you
say
to
it
know
out
that.
loud unless you have subtle or something. Like it's supposed to be spoken.
Which is
Yeah,
only
not
a
just
sorcerer
like,
thing, isn't it?
pretty much.
What?
Yeah, and I do have subtle spell, and I do have only vocal spells for this kind of a reason.
Yeah, and you
Cool.
can totally get away with that in those situations. Most of the time, I mean, it's like advantage on a self check.
Come on the stream later, boys.
Yeah.